Last we left our heroes off. You guys were having a little bit of fun as you awoke from your slumber in a cart filled with dead bodies that were promptly covering you guys until the barbarian goes rage, kind of putting that to a halt and completely spooking the guy that was supposed to incinerate you.
He was super spooked.
He was super spooked. Sadly, he didn't get to incinerate your corpses, but you signed the waivers, though. So, you're officially dead. Normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys continue off on your little adventure, your escapade and whatnot, and you end up finding a couple of trees that were taken down and signs of distress. You see a lonely man with his clothing burnt to his back, presuming that he might have tried to been running away from the explosion during the time. That being said, you guys started questioning him and his motives after finding a group of bandits that wanted to catch someone. Had a little bounty on his head and whatnot. Sure. Yeah, there's a little bounty coming out. Nothing good. And you guys questioned him. You guys found out a little bit of information of a deep throat.
Yes.
Yeah, that was his name. His name was Deep Throat.
His mom gave him that name.
Exactly.
Don't
And
make
she
fun
was a
of him.
lovely mom. No puns intended, son. And you guys went about your days after capturing them and sticking them in the jail cell. Which later on you guys went back and enthusiastically questioned them for more information after picking the skin from his back and breaking his fingers.
Well, no, the guards were the ones picking the scabs off of his back.
Yeah, we made sure they did our dirty work.
Yes.
Very true.
But nonetheless, you guys broke his fingers and left it hanging. So, that was a thing. That was a thing.
Yes.
Okay, that happened. We'll give you that one.
You guys found out later on that it was used. He was used for an in-between man to basically snuff out would-be adventurers in order for them to not deviate in diabolical discussions of destruction, because that's what bad guys do.
It's a lot of D's.
Yeah, no, it was intentional. But that's what bad guys do. So you guys didn't like that, and so you guys are mad, and so you drank promptly. Afterwards, you guys went and found an alleyway that was 2 duck and 3 quarters and 4 quarters alley, which you guys went to and did a little bit of puzzle solving and finding how to get inside. Number 1, you guys went inside, found a couple of drows that casted a whole bunch of darkness everywhere so that no one can see and no one can mess with them. There was an offer to, what was, gouge your eyes out? Which one was it? Break your fingers? Cut your finger off?
Cut your finger off.
Cut your
Yeah,
finger
that's
off.
what it
Yeah,
was.
that's what it was.
Definitely what it was.
Which you got to cut your finger off and you collected the golds that was there.
I'm glad we had someone who was willing to do it for me.
Exactly.
It didn't bother me one bit.
No, not at all. I wonder why.
Just like, let's get this over with, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Just a piggy.
No,
It hurts the most, but
doesn't
it's
matter.
the one I'll
I
miss
can't
the least.
see. I can't see. It's anyone that I hit.
I'll miss it the least.
And so you guys drank some more after a couple of gnomes gave you guys free rounds on the house. And then you guys all went to sleep. Eternally.
Waking up to somebody, or somebody woke up with.
Yes. Mr. Paraghost shaking and throttling you as you guys were surrounded by fire. When you guys were then promptly carried off into the unknown after you all lost consciousness. So, I need everyone to roll a d10.
Okay, I hope that's good.
1.
1.
D10.
Okay.
D10.
6.
6.
I don't know what 9.
5.
It's a 3.
Okay, so 1,
I got 1.
7.
7,
3.
3.
6.
5.
9.
Okay.
No.
Yikes.
We're all in different places.
Yeah.
We'll find out, won't
Yeah. So you guys wake up on different days, which is interesting.
Oh, I was all
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was all like,
You
a
wake
light.
up immediately.
we? Oh, shit.
Damn,
Great.
I got a really good con too.
Yeah, and also I need everyone to roll a d20 as well.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
4.
I am not. Really great.
4. Okay.
3.
3.
Oh
5.
yes!
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Fuck this guy, he's not in the club.
he overachieved.
Oh, sorry. God. Roll a d10 as well, guys. Sorry. And add them together.
The D20 and the D10?
Yes.
Okay.
So not the 20 though. I'm gonna go back to you.
4. All together.
Oh!
You get absolutely nothing, buddy.
6 altogether.
6 altogether.
9.
9 altogether.
22.
22. Okay. So you get a rusted iron bar that can be used as a club.
He's the one who could use that.
9.
Dunk.
10, 11, 12,
Out.
13,
You would be
17.
able to
17. You get a 5-foot-long strand of silk rope.
9.
You get nothing.
nothing club.
We're fucking out here,
Is it
boys!
5 foot silken rope?
Yeah.
Oh,
Five foot
pick
sockets.
I'll just fucking take
so
what I
essentially
need, right?
speaking,
Great.
You two have confiscated these over time after waking up, which will basically start you guys just on a even day 10, since I'm sorry for the guys who got nothing at all whatsoever.
You said that was a 6 foot
It'd be
iron
like that.
bar?
Yes. No, not 6 foot. Sorry.
Nothing.
20.
Hers is 5 foot.
6.
Yours is just portable. It's just
Like a
Just an
one-headed.
iron bar.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a club.
Yeah.
Club
Improvised
weapon,
club.
but it's a rusty
Come on, guys,
bar.
running around in the prison.
Oh man.
Hey man, you take what you have.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, that one doesn't require
I'm
components.
so small, I could probably.
That one
Sneak out
requires
here.
components.
So,
It's alright, I'll make what we need out of bones.
That we
So-
we're gonna do?
I assume we don't have any of our stuff?
No, we can't go. I think we're just in the prison.
Okay.
That one doesn't require components.
Yeah, I don't think we got anything though. So
Oh yeah, just
Yeah, but no spell focus.
It's okay. I don't need that if it's only verbal and somatic.
very true.
So we
But
don't
you
have
don't get a
any.
proficiency bonus.
So like we only have the
That's fine.
items we just got. Everything
Correct.
else we don't have
You,
anything.
you wake up
Yep.
and then you
We're
manage to
basically
find that.
we're almost
you're wearing jailer clothes. It's just a wife beater and those little tunics that you guys have, like little pants basically, and
So like
not
no
even
AC
anything to
at the
hold it
moment.
up really.
No AC, nothing.
10 is the
It's a
base
jail
AC.
cell.
Mine's 15.
You're in
Hooray!
jail.
It's not gonna be
I've got no
comfortable.
armor
I warm
anyways, so my
myself
AC doesn't
to
get
do
any.
Yeah, mine's,
They don't know
mine's
that,
15
though.
now because I don't have my shield.
They don't know
Mine's
that.
a
Bro.
16.
They do
Nice.
any damage.
It doesn't do
If someone
That's
stands in
extra.
it, it does damage.
Okay.
Did
I
you use your
actually just
barbarian
wanna
calculation or your
commit
dragonborn
suicide right
calculation?
now in the middle of this.
Barbarian.
Sure.
Because Dragonborn doesn't get anything unless you take the feat.
Oh really? You don't get your fucking natural armor? That
No.
sucks.
You have to take the feat that's in Xanathar's guide to get the natural.
Ah, okay.
And it's you either take that or the barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get the
Yeah,
card
exactly.
modifier.
No, that'd be nutty.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
it's not worth it.
What?
Alright, so as you guys are all slowly but surely coming to, you guys all wake up and you see a very interesting select group of people around you. First notably, you see a pale,
No, I know, but your armor bonus for some
furry,
reason is 4.
small, skinny,
Yeah.
dark-skinned, white-eyed character, just kind of lurching around for the most part. It's just kind of sitting there, just rubbing its hands profusely and looking out into the crowd, seeing if anyone is noticeable to them as well. You see a large, blue-furred, red-eyed creature who seems to be wearing stolen clothes that just look decenter than what you guys are wearing. And then you see it seems to be a red head with it seems to be like almost a tribalistic, like a necklace, and they have obviously their attire that is normal for them. Then you see what seems to be a small rock gnome or deep gnome. He has earrings that are just kind of sticking out. He has a very rough face. Kind of looks like he's been to prison a couple of times maybe himself. You see a large orc in the corner. For the most part, it's picking on everyone that's there, or at least trying to. It doesn't seem intelligent in any sense, but it tries. Then you see a male drow with a butterface, to say the least, with dark, glowing red eyes. And you see, if you guys know what a kuoto is, a fish person, essentially speaking, with a large, bulbous face and scruff-in nose. And then you see this tiny little gray stool in the corner. And then you see two very, very peculiar, furry-looking creatures in the corner. Undistinct what their race is exactly. And that is a lot of people you see. That is all combined in this one cell with you guys.
How big is this cell?
Not too big.
Oh, great.
We're stuck in some.
We're pretty
Ramp.
crowded.
Yeah.
You guys are basically not shoulder to shoulder, but you guys have enough room to. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Are we gonna do the intro since it's technically the first episode? Like what we look like and stuff? I think that's, even though we know what we all look like, I think that's still appropriate.
Yeah. Joey.
I am a 5 foot tall lizard folk named Algot. Right now I've got nothing, but you know, usually I have a sword and a shield, and you know, green scales, like a dark green scales, and you know, yellow eyes, lots of teeth.
Alright. I'm a 5'8", red tiefling with black and red hair. My horns are kind of twisted in a little bit. Black from the roots, then going red towards the tips. Obviously don't have any armor right now, but normally I'd be wearing a adamant half plate with a kind of a cape, all red and black.
I am a 7 foot tall dragonborn
As we know.
with blackish copper scales with black eyes. Normally I wield 2 battle axes, but I don't wear any armor.
So you just blend in with the darkness.
I forgot my eyes are red with blue.
Blue irises or
Huh?
blue pupils or irises?
The blue is the pupil or the
The area directly around the
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then it's red, like where our white is red.
Okay.
Alright, I am a 4'8", drow, pretty skinny. Dark skin, obviously. Storm gray eyes, light hair, probably closer to platinum. And yeah, just kind of there.
Cool.
You see a very scrawny, 5'6", almost Asian skin toned, dark brown hair, brown eyed, young half elf, very short pointed ears, somewhat angular face, is soft in certain areas. Normally wearing the robes of his cloister, from his where he's a scholar of, but does not today. Bears the clothes of a strong prisoner, about to go on death row.
It's okay.
Or works some
You
hard
and
labor.
everyone else.
I am playing around 5'10", green tiefling. Sorry, that's
Ooh.
him. Green tiefling.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Typically, I'm wearing almost like navigators or sailors outfit. Typically, I'll wear my jacket, pants. I'm not. As much as armor would help me, I'm not. I tend to just go without it, kind of risk it. But other than that, there's nothing of really note besides he has long black hair and he typically has it like in a small ponytail underneath. But just see weathered skin and just looks rough. He's attractive, but he's rough looking. Kind of like the rough attractive. That was the concept, man.
It's okay. No one's blaming you.
Yeah. Good. And then your DM.
Not me.
Yep. Twin.
Yeah, it's like it's just twin.
Whenever
I'm red.
He's the red version of me. So yeah, I think after that,
Yeah. Yeah, one of the characters come up to you. The small, gray-haired, white-eyed fella comes up, and he looks around and he says, "Oh, you. Hello there. How are you doing today?"
I'm doing quite well, my friend. This is such a interesting
Yes,
area
it
to
is.
be in.
It is.
Like, I have never experienced anything like this.
I know. By the way, what's your name?
My name?
Yes, friend.
You want to know it?
Yes, friend.
Are you sure?
I'm not too sure anymore.
Well,
Now
I've been
you've asked
told
me twice.
sometimes it is not wise to share your name with people you do
Alright.
not know.
The name is Whoopido.
Nice to meet you. We'll call myself Long Seeker for you.
Long Seeker. You seek long?
Yes.
Oh.
Long distances, great exploration, deep dwellers. I love exploring.
Good. That's perfect. That's good. Just what I need.
Good. I like being muted.
Yes.
It means I'm not going to die.
Yes. So it does. So it does. Watch out.
And I'm not dying yet.
Do you guys interact with anyone or each other? Or?
In general, where the hell are you?
Oh, you seem to be surrounded by 3 walls and a jail cell. Outside, you see what seems to be mostly guards patrolling around. There's a wall in front of you as well. Off to the side, it's kind of hard to see. Go ahead and make a perception check.
19.
And you have dark vision.
Yes.
So you see what seems to be towers with what seems to be people posted up inside of them. They seem to have just arrows trained along the ground. You look upwards and you see webs, intricate webs strung along and strung through, and you see a giant spider naturally just crawling around like it's yeah, naturally. It looks very at home, and no one seems to be messing with it.
And can I tell what the guards are?
Yeah, with that roll, you could tell that from what you can see, underneath their masks, or that there seems to be dark elves.
Great. Captured by dark elves.
It was him! He sold us out! Get
Don't
him!
worry, I don't blame you, my friend. So is anyone trying to dig a tunnel out of here?
It's solid rock.
Don't do it.
It's solid rock.
Don't.
Dude.
I
Don't
know.
do
And
it.
do you have a pickaxe?
As they're talking, I'm gonna try and.
I could dig my way out of here. I would have done it already.
Do I want to do it? I don't have it. Never mind.
Okay,
Never mind.
you don't.
I don't do it.
You think about it.
I think about it, but I'm just like, nope, I
You
can't
might
do
as well
that.
be nude. You literally have nothing besides pretty.
You have rags on, basically.
Yeah, I mean, they're really good at it.
Besides the spells I had already prepared immensely knowing, and that's it.
It's ready.
I feel that.
Well, since I'm most comfortable, with these kind of people, I'll go talk to the deep now.
Okay, the pair or the single?
There's a pair.
Maybe. So you go and you talk to the rough-looking deep gnome, and he goes, "Hey, what you got there? You got anything? Got anything good?
I got clothes.
Okay,
I got
okay.
clothes.
You want something fancy?
I'm okay.
You sure about that? You look like you could use something. What do you need though?"
I was just asking. I was just wondering, where are you from?
Around here. Around here, you know.
Well, around here is pretty big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's actually kind of what I like. Like, it's so big that you never know where you're at. How about this? I'll tell you if you beat me in a gamble. You gamble about it. How about that?
Depends.
That
What are we
was
gambling?
right. Just gambling information. Swapping chat, right?
That's not so much gambling.
Yes, it is. Because, see, I can just not tell you. Or you can gamble it. See if you win. I'm feeling antsy, alright? I've been stuck in here this whole time.
You know what? No, it's nothing else exciting to do.
Exactly. Alright, we just rolled D6s. Yeah.
How many?
3.
3.
Whoever gets the highest, pretty much.
Oh. Unless you get 3 sixes. I got 6, 5, and 5. So.
Oh, yeah, you won.
No, that was a good gamble.
He goes, ah. Rats. So, you want to just know where I come from? That's it?
Well, I mean,
I just want to spice it up.
you got a plan?
Don't tell no one about this, but I do.
Alright.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to get a couple of items in here. If you know what I mean. Whisper, 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 right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a buddy, I'm your man. But don't tell no one. Because the moment you tell anyone, we're done. We're not friends anymore.
Okay.
Alright? So, I still need information from you though. Wait, no, I lost. Dang it! That's how this works. Wanna go again?
Yeah, I'll give you some information. What do you want?
You're such a nice one. Who are your friends? Which one of them?
Well, wouldn't call them friends, but
The people.
they're just I have no idea. I've been only with them for a couple of days.
Oh. I mean, was it like...
No, not
Oh,
like
okay.
that. Not like that.
Alright, I'm just, I don't know. I'm
We-
just asking.
we were all just kind of trying to make our way with adventure, and we all just happened to know.
That's a story for another day. Alright. I'll get back to you though. I'll get back to you though. Don't forget that.
I want to ask, do I recognize him? I do come. I do come from the city of Heat.
Let's make a roll. Make a history check.
Okay, it's a straight roll. 18.
18? You know of a very elusive gambler. Goes by the name Jim Jaw. He normally gambles away everything and anything he has, but he always seems to have an accumulative amount of wealth on him, and no one ever understands why. It's just a mystery. And it seems like he wants to be here.
So
Like, he could have probably paid his way out or anything like that, but he doesn't. I don't know, weird, right? Weird guy.
Yeah, so I've heard of him before. Basically.
Rumors.
Yeah.
Rumors. Well, yeah, that's him.
Okay.
What else are you all doing?
So, surrounded by rocks, right?
Oh, yes. So many rocks.
I try to make friends
Okay.
by giving us some wood by using produce flames. To create a little campfire for everyone to be warm around in this deep area.
Okay.
I cast it and we just all chill around the little tiny fire that lasts for 10 minutes, and then I cast it again. I just keep it
Making
going.
sure that they're good and they're
Yes,
good and
I try to make as many friends as I can.
Okay. Make a charisma check.
I am going to die.
Let's reroll that.
Alright, 17.
17.
Straight charisma, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, 17.
You make friends with the drooling orc.
Excellent.
The two small, pint-sized, hairy-looking folks, and as well as the Kuato.
Can I ask the drooling orc how long he's been in here?
In Undercommon?
I do.
He says, "Don't been here. And then he like rips a piece of his clothing, and then he rips another one, and rips another one, and rips another
I
one, until
believe-
it's around 10 rips.
10 years? Days.
Those! Right, yes!
I've been in here the same amount of time as he has.
Have you seen anything? I'm assuming since I've only been away.
He like takes you by the head and he's like, I've seen
Oh god.
so many things! This is like spit just flying into your face.
And I'll just look at him like really fascinated and slightly disgusted, but just really
You
fascinated.
got a big slob just like streaking down.
I wish I knew Orcish. I should learn that next.
Me? Here! Why you here?
I was captured, my dear friend.
Slave?
Are we forced labor?
I cook
You cook?
good food.
I would love to try it sometime.
Get another keeping.
Thank you. What is your name?
Rot
Nice to meet you, Rot.
and spell capital R, lowercase R, lowercase uppercase Cha.
Beautiful.
So long.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Rot.
Pleasure.
It is good. Good to meet you.
Scare me with big word.
Sorry.
K. Face funny.
Thank you.
Yes.
Welcome.
I will like to ask, our entire cell's made of stone, correct? As far as the inside goes? No penetrable surfaces?
Make an investigation.
Ah, you my D4. $21.
Okay. While you were looking, the guard comes up and says, "Hey! Hey, who's starting that fire? Put it out! How'd you do that?"
I walk up to him and go, I like that.
What?
Your jib, I just like the cut of it.
You trying to come on to me?
Yes.
Make a mistake.
You trying to flirt with me?
6.
Sure. That's disgusting.
I'm so sorry.
Now who started that fire?
I told you it was me.
And you just saw it? How'd you do it? Let me see your hands.
I'll rub them really fast together. I'll create a bunch of friction, and heat produce.
Who's friction?
Alchemy. I used alchemy.
So you had chemicals.
No. Mine is all the chemicals. Just the science behind it.
Are you taking me for a fool?
Well,
First you think I'm sexy, now you think I'm stupid. I know I'm not sexy, and I know I'm not stupid.
Well, I don't know why you would say that about yourself. Honestly, it's the heart that matters.
Make another persuasion.
8.
No.
Eventually you'll break through his cold heart.
And next time, put it out. Put it out. Do it.
It just ends. I stop concentrating on it.
Good.
Never happen again.
Next time,
Unless you want
you're
to.
singing Bessie.
I look at him and go, unless you want to warm it. You know, my heart.
With disadvantage.
It's already a 4.
Alright.
Not actually trying it. Just trying to distract him.
He's not fine. He's not distracted.
I succeeded in making sure he didn't get mad at me. I walk away.
Right?
My tactics have failed miserably, everyone.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay.
You tried your best. But did you?
I did. I'm not very good at talking. People seem to like me. Approached by 3 people today.
After a while, Ron just like picks up one of those small little furry creatures and he just starts rattling its head around, just and just like poking inside, and it's like, no.
Put him down.
And he looks at you. You gonna speak Underdark? No, he says,
I just buff up to him, walk up to him. Put him down.
check with advantage.
Let's see. 19 on the die plus 4, I believe.
He's going, You're right. Thank you. Jeez. I thought he was gonna bite my head off. He was just, I can see it happening too. And it's just, I can see his saliva, the amount of teeth he had. The tongue just whipping out, just licking my face. as he bit down into it, and it didn't even happen. It didn't even happen yet. It didn't happen.
Calm down. You're okay.
Where did I recognize this place? And the guards.
Yeah. I say you would. I say you've probably been here a couple of times.
Yeah, it's barking. I'm going to walk up to the door and try talking to one of the guards. Trying to let me out. Let me out.
Basically, okay, make a persuasion check. Against the guard's infallible
12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16.
16.
He goes, what should I?
I'll make it worth your while. Not in the way you're thinking, but I will give you gold.
Damn it! You could have just let me think it at least, and then you just ruined the whole thing for me. Damn. I'll make it worth your while, she says, but not like that. Oh. If you do this, you have extra cleaning duty. Yeah! They get to clean out the outhouses. Extra.
And you won't don't tell anybody I left.
I mean, if you get caught, you're dead. Oh boy, I'll let you out. Yeah, you gotta think about that shit. I can't stop you from Bessie. No one stops Bessie.
Bessie.
Oh yeah. Points up and giant spider.
What?
Giant spider.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was lovely.
Not when she's mad. When she's mad all the time.
You know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Sounds like a sound plan right there. Oh, this business nowadays. Another place.
Oh, by the way, where are we?
Need to know basis.
You sure?
You know what? No. No, no, no. 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 No.
Try persuading him to tell me. That's not even happening. 6.
As a couple of days progress, you guys are tasked with mandatory chores. So, you two are taking care of the outhouses. You two are doing, let's see, cooking.
You get to work with Monk.
Run.
And then you two are doing laundry duty.
Good.
Okay.
Are there any leather pieces amongst selling of this laundry?
Hold on.
So let's go with you guys. Outhouses! You guys wish to try and examine anything?
Oh, yeah, specifically, this is a long shot, but are there any bones in, like, the outhouse, in the toilet?
Let's make a check.
Survival, perception,
Just a check.
Just
a check.
Oh no.
11.
11. Roll a d4 minus 2.
0.
0.
Yeah.
Yeah, no bones.
That's all I got for now. Get to cleaning.
Alrighty, you guys try to cozy up to the guards or anything, or anything special?
The only thing that I would be sorry. You go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You want to try and not seduce the guard again?
No.
I'll make it worth your while. But
No.
not like that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably come up to the guard before we even start. Be like, I don't think a lady like me should be doing the outhouses.
Yeah, that's alright, I understand. So go.
Alright. And I'm gonna go towards thru. Just walk around. So them.
No, I mean, no. I mean, go
I'm not
whack.
leaving
Go
the
whack.
vicinity.
Go whack. After you're done cleaning,
Huh?
you start to walk around, or
Yeah.
they let you have a small window of 1 minute.
What do I see while I'm walking around?
Make a perception check. And do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, let's clarify. Who doesn't have dark vision here?
Nobody.
Oh.
Not yet.
Only the lizard folk.
Not until you get to
2.
feet? Oh, level 2.
Yeah. You go first.
So he's like a blind baby.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Tiefling.
At level 2 will be like
I'm
improved, so
hungry.
you don't have to worry about it.
Onward.
Ooh. That is an 18.
18. Okay. Around you, you see a couple of towers. Once again, they seem to be trained on you guys for the most part. And with that check, also, you notice there's a small interval where people shift positions and they go on a break. And make an intelligence check as well.
Just straight intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
You try to keep pace on how long it takes for them to fully rotate, but you're not exactly sure. For the smell of the dung and the feces and the fact that you're just kind of not staring fully, it's kind of hard to keep clock.
While we're working, do I see any like wildlife out and about? Or are we in like a
You
cave?
see a couple of, it seems to be like glowing geckos that seem to just be just kind of every now and then. Lots of fungi growing around this area. You look down and out into the caverns. You see lots of glowing flora. For the most part, undistinguishable to what they are per se,
Just
but
plants.
yeah.
Gotcha.
For the most part, you see what seems to be a small scuffle ensuing as well. As it's unfolding, some of the guards just take shots from the tower and completely just gut whatever was there, and then they seem to drag them off.
Scuffle being like prisoners fighting?
It seems to be an outside intruder,
Oh, okay.
and they seem to be taken out swiftly and effectively.
Gotcha. Good to know. I'll finish up my duties and then fucking.
Just wide-eyed, go back to the place.
No, it's just like, that's objectively terrifying. Yeah. Other creatures would be scared of that.
On the motionless lizard. And then I had you guys.
Cooking.
Cooking, yes.
Okay, in the kitchen. You guys got your little hats on. But yeah, they instruct you to just make some slop. For the most part, you guys can, if you want to, use what's at your resources. I'll let you come up with that if you want to spice it up, or you can just make slop. You know,
Well,
no one cares.
what's all available at our disposal?
It seems to like have like spider legs, Lots of spiders. It seems to even be a sack of a spider as well. Probably they're presuming some people have resistance to poison being down there.
No, I'm just wondering why. Out of game, I'm wondering why Drow would be actually eating spiders.
Make a history check.
What do I know? Being a drow.
Were you that type of drow? Were you like a city drow or like a...
I lived in a city of deep gnomes. I don't know.
Okay, let's make a history check.
Another straight roll.
Well, out of game, I know Drow revere spiders.
Yeah. This is
My character
probably-
doesn't know that.
Yeah.
60.
60?
16.
Okay, you probably presume that this might be a way to keep people docile and tamed. Some of the poisons can put them completely in unconsciousness state for the most part. Sometimes it lulls them so that they're just more complicit.
What are our cooking tools?
It seems to be just, for the most part, you're surrounded, number one, so there are guards everywhere. But your cooking tools consist of a mallet and a very dull blade. And around you, you guys can make, whatever ingredients you want, for the most part. Like I said, slop or something okay. Nothing gourmet, but
Yeah.
slop or something okay, basically. Who's in charge of cooking? For the most
I
part.
can't reach the pot.
Alrighty, so there we go. Let's make a survival check.
No, it's gonna be
13.
Alright, so you're making slop or just good food?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it decent.
Okay. With that roll too, good food. It's semi slop. It's in between not slop and slop. It has flavor. It's flavorful slop.
Okay.
It's
Fair enough.
edible at least. Do you guys try to maybe sneak anything inside of your pockets?
We've
'Cause,
got a
if
mallet
you,
and a knife.
If you roll bad though, it will be a reputable damage. You can always try though. That's the amazing part. You testing your luck?
Maybe.
You feeling spicy?
What else besides just the mallet and the dull knife is there as far as utensils?
There's a cooking stove, but it is once again under watch. You
Yeah.
guys are all under watch, but there's pots, pans, basins.
I'm trying to think of something that might be a little bit smaller and might go a little bit more unnoticed. Because the mallet and the knife, they're going to
Yeah.
be watching like a hawk.
Yeah, they're gonna make
Maybe
sure
like a
that-
bowl or
Something a little bit smaller that might go a little bit more unnoticed.
There's those shakers, if anything. They have multiple shakers, so you want to take that or try to. Yeah, you never know. It could be useful.
You could
How
beat someone
many
down with a
guards
salt
are
shaker.
there, to be exact?
4
you
guards.
throw pepper and then
Four
they're
guards.
sneezing for the next.
And how are they stationed?
2 near a door, 2 behind you, and there
Okay.
might be something else there. You never know.
I kind of look around and now is it salt and pepper shakers or like full of pepper, or are they just?
They're shakers. It's like they're separated.
Cause I want to try and grab one of the pepper shakers.
Okay, go ahead. Make a sleight of hand check.
21, 22.
22. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay. Yeah. You just. Didn't see nothing, God. Yeah. You got a salt shaker, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pepper shaker.
All right. Make sure you put that in your inventory. Pepper shaker. You never know how these things could come into use.
Mm-hmm.
Use my attack. Pepper shaker. Go.
He's gonna sneeze.
It
It
rolls its own initiative though. Sentient.
It's a sentient pepper.
Of course.
No, he's
Awaken.
gonna sneeze.
We use the word awaken.
Whoa. Whoa.
Shake, shake, Hachu.
Alrighty. So.
Ooh. Okay, so
Feeling it.
I want to do something with the guard, but I don't know yet. Okay, I'm gonna go up to a guard. And I want to say hey.
What do you want, Squat?
I don't know how to cook.
Learn how to cook.
Oh. Have you heard of me? I swear to God, I'm innocent.
What? Look, everyone's innocent. He's innocent, I'm sure. I'm innocent.
I don't even
My
know.
brother's innocent. He did nothing wrong.
I wanna check to see if he has his, what he has.
Make a perception check.
Oh, okay. It's a nice section. 21.
21. He has a crossbow. He has a short or long sword. He also seems to have a dagger on his right thigh. He also seems to have something of a vial in his back left pocket. Do you wish to commit treason?
I'm thinking about
I
it.
see that.
No, I'm just trying to think of what to do. Or how to approach this, I should say. Let's see. He's got a guard next to him. Or close to him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, they're not going to be very far from me, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Big guy. Easy on big guy. So true. With grandpappers.
I'll leave him be for now. Go back to whatever I'm doing.
Alright.
Trying to reach.
Yeah, I'm sure not only are they watching, they probably already have their crossbow.
Oh yeah, they're trained. They're
At least one or
definitely-
two of them have trained crossbows on me.
What is that thing? Is that an actual dragon?
No tail. I don't have a tail.
In your bipedal.
No, that's just sad. You don't have a story to tell?
Get out of here. Go home and never return.
In here, it would have made such a great tall tale.
You know what, I'm gonna try and spice this.
Sanguinate myself.
I'm gonna try and spice this slop up.
You want to spice it up? Go ahead and make a
I'm gonna-
survival roll.
Climb on something to do it. Oh, no. I made it worse.
Oh no!
7.
Yeah, your buddy comes over and says, I know exactly what to do with this one. It's not like that. But,
So he turned it back into just straight slop.
It's a straight slop.
Yeah.
Well, I tried.
You did, and I like that.
Give it a shot.
Exactly. That's the part that matters, bro.
But, I'm gonna I'd probably take some salt.
You take some salt.
Take some salt. Whatever's left after I'm done.
You guys are deviants. Okay, they're gonna notice. They're probably gonna notice two things. You gonna go for it? Or he's like, yeah.
Nah.
Are you going for it?
Yeah, you can roll it
A 9?
Yeah.
Shame. You make a perception check as well. Only.
I got a straight 10.
Okay. Yeah, you would see him doing it. Do you want to probably try and stop him?
Okay.
Do you want to make a distraction or something like that?
No, it's just like once he just like I noticed that he noticed, I just like put it like continue to salt the slop.
They're kind of just like eyeing you, like. They're like, let's show that. What was that?
Oh no, I was just seasoning this. Whatever you want to call it.
Slop.
Yeah, that. You know, I needed more flavor.
So you plucked one of your chest hairs.
Yes. No. No, I was just tapping it on my chest for good luck.
Alright, just top. Only top.
Yeah.
I saw doing that myself. No make things taste better.
Just don't try the slop.
Oh, that's not for me.
Good.
It's for us.
Alrighty, so this is for you guys.
For now, yeah.
Alrighty. Woo! Over on you guys.
Alright, so first question.
Yes.
Is there any pieces of leather amongst any of this clothes that could be misplaced?
Let's make an awesome check.
9.
9.
I'm dead.
Unfortunately, does not seem to be the case.
None of them are wearing leather. Dang it. Or at least easily misplaceable leather.
Yes. Make an investigation check.
$30.
You see beyond time, in space, in and of itself, the far realms are close to you.
Okay, that's good to know.
You can indicate the smell of leather versus cloth versus cotton. And as that happens, you start to have a whiff, small whiff of guards' clothing. And guards smell like they have leather on.
Are we cleaning any of those pieces at all?
You seem to be cleaning some. They seem to be very worn, if anything.
Do any of them look like they're labeled per person, or do they just like, okay, here's the laundry, you get whatever you
No,
get?
it looks like they're one size fits all.
Okay. I'd like to try and slide a pauldron off of one. If we're not being watched closely enough. The little shoulder cuff.
Yeah. I mean, given the circumstances, you guys are always being heavily watched, so that's up to you.
So how many guards are on this?
In here, it seems to be 4 as well.
4 as well. 2 on the door, 2 watching us directly.
Mm-hmm.
How many other people are in this room?
There seems to be other workers as well. They're kind of off to the side. Drow looks like. Commoners, probably.
Is my work friend in here?
Oh, definitely not.
He's the cook, right?
They don't want him in there.
They got him over there cooking.
Probably round 2 cooking.
How far away does...
I don't know. It's up to you guys. Are you guys close? You guys buddy?
I don't know about that. I'm just kind of like, I've kind of been to myself for the most part, but like, if you do want to help, or if I do see that you're trying to do something, I guess I would eye you. I've been trying to keep my distance.
I'm going to, as I'm folding, I'm gonna, so we wouldn't be standing next to each other all the time.
I mean, I guess if you,
I would attempt to stand next to you.
okay, there you
Because I'm that kind of person who'll just be like, hi there!
go. Oh boy. So excited.
So we're stuck in this one
You're
together,
the kind of
right?
guy that walks all the way around.
Oh, yes, that's me. We all stuck in this together. Hooray. I'm so excited to fold laundry.
I know, it's so exciting.
No, it's not. But you can make it exciting. If only you had a gun, right? That's what makes everything.
Everything would go out for the bang then.
What?
Let's see here.
What do you want?
I'm trying to think of how I could. I don't have access to message, so that's out of the window.
Just so you know, like throughout this entire 10 days, I would just be looking to see if I knew anybody. Since I've been around Drow for years at this point. On the sea. I doubt that that's the case, but I would be doing it because I literally had no other option of what this guy would probably be doing besides knowing that it's really hard to escape a Drow prison.
He's going to check.
Nope.
Alright.
It's a 4.
Yeah, just like I thought.
Damn. No one here.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'd like to do I feel like I could whisper to him without the guards noticing? Amongst the crowd kind of deal.
There's probably intervals where they're talking to themselves.
I'd like to
not
choose
each other.
I'd like to choose that then and whisper. Could you slide a piece of leather? I'll create a distraction.
I don't know, man. This seems.
I'll create ruin. Don't worry.
You sure?
Very good.
How can I trust you?
Don't worry. I'm very good at creating distractions.
Mr. Fingerless.
Yeah.
I draw a lot of attention. Don't worry.
Okay. Sure. I can
One thing I'm
try.
good at is drawing attention.
Not like I haven't got my ass beat before, so.
Is there any sharp edges in the area?
Sharp edges.
Counter or edge of a counter. Something
Sharp
where.
enough to serrate leather.
So, I'm presuming it's only been 10 days since my finger was lost. So I'm pretty sure I could open this back up pretty easily and start bleeding profusely if I needed to.
Someone was like trying to smash it on something.
Is there an edge I could just?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go right next to the edge and just go. Ah, motherfucker! And I'm gonna just go. Oh. Huh?
Roll D4.
I'm gonna get blood all over the clothes.
Two.
I know, right?
Because of it.
2. Okay. you just you start folding and you just smash it.
I'm just like.
You go ham.
It will be like in the middle of it. I'll just be like, it will be like a subtle like I have my hands down on the table and I'll just go, like a quick, right on the edge,
Okay.
like I'm knocking.
All right. Yeah. Easy enough. You just squirt the blood everywhere.
Oh, and I'm a walker.
Just like
Oh, son of a bitch!
it's just like one long just and just go oh
And I'm just gonna be like punching it and I'm like, oh,
you got all the clothes, mate.
I'm so sorry. Can you get me something to?
Yeah.
No.
Grab the leather.
They go no.
I just need something to hold against
No,
it.
I mean if you die, shit sucks to be you. I think you're gonna be fine. It's just gross.
Well, that's fine. A little bit more blood out.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm just bleeding
Use your
here.
shirt.
Fine. We'll wrap it up.
22.
22. For slither hand.
Yes, 22 for slide.
Alrighty. Yeah, easy enough. You just get
Yeah, I guess I'm grabbing the leather pieces.
okay. You get one bulky leather armor. It's very bulky. You look fat.
Hooray. So,
It's slightly noticeable.
makes sense. I'm not putting it on, I'm grabbing it.
Yeah. So you're just like tucking it under your shirt, like how are you doing this? Because I gotta visualize this myself.
This is a good question. We were planning on just taking
A small
this
piece.
off the thing.
Just the piece.
Yeah,
The
like
bowman?
like
Okay.
the
Okay,
shoulder
yeah, we can do that. I was like,
The two
my
shoulder
brain is
pads off
thinking
the
the whole
leather.
thing.
No.
Okay.
He was thinking about literally the
Okay, just the bowman.
bulky
Okay.
parts.
Yeah, you easily slide those off, and you just kind of tuck, and it's like,
Is there anything else that seems useful in here while we're in here?
What kind of pants do they have?
pants,
Yeah.
dark draw pants. What?
No fashion?
No, not at all.
Nothing entertaining about this?
No, it's literally
Man.
just
Always your
carbon
underwear?
copies.
Underwear?
Yeah, it's underwear. There.
Great.
Do they have any belts?
Belts.
Like rope or anything like that would be used as a belt either?
It seems like they use strings, like silk, leather, like silk strings.
I gotta go their stuff. So.
I'd like to slide some of that as well.
Can I try some
While they've been like, God, he's so disgusting that they may look away from me. I'm gonna look for that moment and then try and slide a piece.
Okay, but there are 2 other guards now.
Okay, so they're all gonna all right.
Yeah, I mean those 2 are distracted, but the other 2 are probably
Still
training. They're training their right.
All right, in that case, I will just hold off on sliding anything else.
Yeah.
I grab some buttons off of some of the clothing.
Oh, you sneaky devil.
I mean, I'm trying to think of what would be on clothing.
Slide in.
Alright. 18.
18. Roll a d4.
Buttons. I'll find some use for it.
Hey, you never know.
3.
You have 3 buttons.
Hooray. Now I don't have nothing.
Yeah, so you stick some buttons and pauldrons inside of your clothes. Very inconspicuous.
Okay. Cool.
Don't worry, I plan on get back.
Okay, sure.
Hey, my name is Bleeding Larry.
I'm fine with that. That sounds great.
Yeah,
I like nicknames.
it's Bleeding Larry. Spread it. I want everyone to know it.
You do know that's a bad nickname, right?
It's
a good
fine.
one.
I don't need it to be a good nickname.
Are you sure?
Of course not. Prison. Good nicknames are horrible. That means you're gonna get killed.
What prison have you been to?
None.
But
I've heard stories.
Oh,
Stop
shit.
talking!
Oh, shit.
Get back to work,
Okay.
Bleeding Larry!
Yes, sir.
Use your other hand! One hand! One hand! Yeah, fold! Grease it! Yeah! That's like Grandma did it! Thank you! Fucking Bleeding Larry.
Yeah, Bleeding Larry.
Just make sure I dip in the kitchen next time, maybe.
No, you just bleed us! Well, open the food! Give everyone your AIDS!
It's not like
They
you guys
don't
get to
eat?
eat what we make.
Yeah, we don't need them dying, alright, with the AIDS.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. That's all I do as far as anything.
Alright, yeah. So you guys hear a rumor after a while, a chain rumor of Bleeding Larry.
I will say on the way back, though, I would like to try and count the number of watchtowers, how many there are, and get a general read on rotations.
Intelligence checks, my friend.
I would do that.
Just straight intelligence?
I don't think I
But if I've been here before, would the guards actually know me? Or recognize me at least?
So,
Or some
which
of them.
one? You know what I'm saying? Because there's that. There's that. You look a smidge different.
Like, I think I'll have
And you have
basically the same kind of facial features, but it's like a little.
I don't think they would
Like,
care enough. It's the thing about like they wouldn't care to remember.
but like, would I recognize the guards?
You would recognize that.
Yeah.
You recognize some of them. But when it comes up, I'll tell you. Basically.
That is a 15.
15. Oh yeah. So let me get to the map. To the map. To the map. Let me get to the. Oh, you back up there. So many things. Where the fuck is the map? I know I was looking at it like profusely. There we go. So you see 4 barracks, 3 towers, and as far as the guards go, 2 in each. Barracks, you're unsure. The 2 in each tower.
And they're trained archers.
Mm-hmm. They're elite.
So they were four barracks, right?
One barrack, well, maybe, possibly, more than likely. And
I'm sorry, you said 3 towers in 1 barracks?
Mm-hmm.
And, alright, and then 2 guards in each tower.
Did you hear that?
I heard that, yeah. It's like right in front of
Alright.
the mini fridge.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I'm lying to you. I'm actually literally lying to you. There's 1 guard tower.
There's 1 guard tower.
I'm literally lying to you.
Oh,
It's just I'm looking at the actual stuff. And 2 barracks?
If you could do me a favor when you head back, use everything as oranges.
So 2 barracks and 1 guard tower.
Mm-hmm.
And how...
A watch post.
And a watch post. Is that like next to the main entrance, if you will?
It's in a small alcove.
Okay.
And below you see a few quaggoths.
Thanks, buddy.
Alright.
Yeah.
Quaggoths are fiends?
Let's see. I think they're monstrosities.
Or monstrosities?
I'll
Okay.
look at that
I'm
way.
sure.
Like I said,
Alright.
They're about to be corpses, am I right?
No, it's not funny because it's true.
let's see.
They're beautiful creatures, though. Well, they're beautiful drawn.
They're technically classified as humanoid.
Huh. Okay.
Weirdly
Oh,
enough.
there,
It's because they're capable of speech, most likely.
So,
like elementals. Those are humanoids.
yeah, that's all I got.
Alrighty. So,
That's important information.
it's definitely
And your
is.
character would be the one to know it.
Exactly. It makes sense.
Alright, I guess we all get back there.
Yeah, you guys all converge back together, and you guys are greeted with lovely slop. As you guys start sharing and portioning it out for everyone. You share everyone equally, or do you favor some people?
I say equal.
Equal? Okay.
It's definitely try to be equal.
Okay.
I don't need to make enemies, even though I'm not really worried about making too many
Exactly.
enemies.
Yeah, not really.
They should be worried about making enemies with me.
Man.
And if I'm an enemy, this is
Man,
probably halfway
this is
across the
amazing. I've never had something so bland in my entire life.
It's
not
so
bland.
much salt on this!
It's so bland,
It's
though.
salty, dude!
It's
Like,
really
It's salty as fuck!
I feel like
I poured like an entire
slurping
shaker in there.
seawater.
I know! How do you taste blandness? How much salt do you put on your
You guys
stuff?
definitely get a little bit thirsty just eating it.
Oh
Just puree.
I ritual cast detect poison and disease on this.
It's super poison.
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, it's
touch
actually super poison. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even touch it. Like, no.
You can probably see the salt.
I look at my orc friend who looks very disappointed by this dish. I'm sure.
He's just scarfing it down.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you don't care.
It's
No,
good
you-
for him. It's good
Like
by
there's
his
like a
standards,
couple of
right.
times where he just like spittles. It's just
Wait,
like
are you
smell
guys
like
having like
baby
an
fart.
eat off? You guys like having an eat off?
No, I'm just eating.
Alright, cool.
He's eating in real life
Like,
too.
would I actually like recognize that it's poison based on having it before?
No.
No.
I think the poison was like how bad it is, or would it be the spider
No.
content?
Spider content.
Okay. Is there any way I could like
They could tell
get rid of
them.
any of those pieces in it, because I can tell where the poison is with the spell and.
No, they didn't. They made this themselves. So
I
Okay.
could tell them what I put in it and what it's used for.
Okay.
yeah. So as long as they didn't use the spider stuff, there's nothing.
Okay.
I still would need because it's still
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that there are whatever you told
Slop.
me.
It's slop.
Well, with the spider things.
And even
Oh,
good
okay.
with slings as a weapon.
And
I'm
one of the
good with all range
one of the
weapons,
small
too.
furries just kind of yeah, I can.
It's like a kind of deal, not like a slingshot, a sling as in yes, and then release.
if it's
Okay, so you-
classified as simple or martial item. Or I'm
Or you come as
proficient in
one?
it.
That's all.
I'm great.
Simple.
I can hit a pea from 500 yards.
You're actually good with it.
I can hit a pea from 500 yards.
So
You can hit
I'm
me.
gonna walk over to you. All right, I'm
That's
gonna
kind
go
of
see-
scary.
I'm
Oh.
exaggerating here.
I'm going to keep one of the pieces of leather for myself as a casting component, and the other one. Miss, can I have that rope you have? We can make a sling as a weapon, and then he has the rod.
How much do you need
You don't know that I have the rod.
Oh,
I didn't.
Oh,
Nobody
that's
knows
right, no
I
one-
have it.
Yep.
Okay, so no, but I wouldn't know you have the rope.
No.
This one he just comes up behind one of you guys.
In that case, I will tear up some of my clothing, like just a strand out of it, make it look as if I'm just try to keep it
I
consistent.
actually take my shirt off and hand it to you.
Okay. I will tear off a piece and make it into like a long, tear out a section to where it's a nice long piece.
But I would say it would be a bit hard to hide the crowbar down back. Just a bit.
It's in my pant leg.
Oh.
I'm 7
It's
foot.
getting
I
spicy.
mean,
It's getting spicy. Getting
Um,
spicy now.
I'll try and use that leather to make a little.
because that's what.
Just-
With it being
just
a
mark-
wife beater shirt, I would have it in my pant leg
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
Just mock the limp.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, it's a ball. Just like, no, I'm just excited to see you. Don't worry.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and tear out a piece and make a sling using the leather and the shirt piece.
Okay, let's make an intelligence check. With advantage.
Just gonna throw that in there. 23.
23. Easy enough. You take a little while, and the little small one just like, oh, and then you wrap it around there. I feel like you
Oh, no, you can pick it up.
It's a
This
simple
says,
weapon.
how do you do that? And where did you learn such mysterious intricacies in life and all of its wonders and glories?
I read books.
He reads books. He says, explain.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He really accepts criticism very well.
And I lend him the sling since he says he's good with it. Now try and keep it out of my gods. It's easy enough to hide. And if you find any rocks, try and gather them. It could be great
There's
weapons.
rocks everywhere.
Loose rocks.
Just bang it with your head. It'll be fine.
Is that how you do it?
No, not me personally. I'm just saying that's one way to do it.
You're not wrong. You shouldn't know that. I understand.
Alright. So we have a weapon.
Somewhat.
That is something to note. I start trying to spread the information I have amongst the group as best I can to try and distribute information. The fact that there is only one major watchtower, which only ever houses 2 guards at any time. They have a watch post where Quagos seem to be residing of an unknown number. And the barracks seem to be, twofold. The shift change I haven't quite narrowed down, but maybe next time we could all try and gather information on that, and kind of allocate what we have and figure out how we can work with what we've got.
As far as I can tell, most of the weapons are aimed outside.
This is good. From is the tower is aimed outside. Is the watch post aimed inside?
The watch post is.
It also depends on the location of the actual watchtower. If it's central, then
Yeah.
they can.
Yeah, they can
So
peg
they
any-
have a southern and outer. So an inner and outer. So basically the first one and the last one. and then one in between.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, trust me. That's why these things are like.
So what you're telling me is they have an inner watch post and an outer watch post. So is
Yeah.
that inside the door and outside the door?
No, so it's like along the lines. Basically, what you were walking along was like there's land, and then there's just a drop.
Okay. And
then so they have ladders and spider webs that kind of lead outwards towards some of the areas. And so they have just basically like a large stalagmite, you can think of it as, that is just acts as a watch post.
so what we're dealing with is we're on an island, surrounded by a giant ravine, and then there's the outer.
Downwards is what seems to be a waterfall that just, it's barely above where you guys are, but not exactly. It's like maybe a couple of 100 feet away from you guys, and then there's a drop where there's just the water that's collected, and then there's land that stretches outwards.
So I have somewhat of an image now. So we're stuck on the middle of an island surrounded by a river.
Yep.
And that watchtower, is that on this? I'm sorry, the main tower, is that on this island?
One of the watchtowers are, and one of them are off onto the side that are just suspended by a bridge.
Okay. Is that the watch post or the towers?
Watch post and watch post. So watch post, watch post.
Okay. And then the tower which houses the archers, where is that located?
That is right behind that one. So then there's the barracks.
Okay, so the tower is central.
There's one pretty much directly outside of where you guys stay.
So I'm assuming there's not any large walls. It's the ravine acts as a wall.
Yeah, it stretches upwards, but probably from where you're at, I would say around just 40 feet.
So it drops and then goes back up about 40 feet. Okay. So we're lowered down.
So we're kind of like on a plateau in the middle of this big ravine.
Yeah.
That has
Yeah.
walls.
I'm just trying to think what use this information can have for when we need to get out of here. We need quite a bit of rope to go up 40 feet.
Everyone can.
At least 7 foot of that 40, so that's at least something. The rest of us aren't going to be contributing as much.
Well, there's at least like 10 of us. Everybody averages about 3 foot.
We'd make it 30 feet then. Wouldn't even make it all the way.
Opposite average, there are tall people like that dragon and that orc. And there are shorter people.
Anyone have any ideas?
I think the question is, if we do manage to get out.
How do we deal with the spider?
That's a big one. Yeah, that's a big problem. But also, like,
Where do we go?
yeah,
This is
I don't know.
We don't even know the way out.
Yeah, I need my guns, and you need a
we can assume the guns
sword. You
and
need a
weapons maybe
sword.
in the barracks, perhaps?
They're useless without one.
Barracks or the watchtower?
Are you sure about that? You look like you got some sharp teeth there.
I would doubt the watchtower.
I mean, that's where they watch everything.
Exactly. You're probably the most vicious one here.
I like your logic, but it may be slightly flawed. It is quite an interesting perspective, though. I have to keep in mind, just in case. You never know. Perspectives are everything.
If I had tools, I could just make my own.
I can always distract the spider and you guys go.
That is
Are you sure
quite
about that?
the valiant.
You know about that?
I'm sure.
Oh, I don't think you are.
And the little deep gnome comes up and says, "Hey, I can get you some contraband if you guys help me."
The hell?
What can I help you with?
What do you guys need? What do you guys think you would
No,
need?
no. I would like to know the price before I know the product.
Wait.
Got any gold on it?
I could maybe get some.
Okay.
Maybe some of the guards don't clean their trousers out of their gold as well as they should.
That's a start. What do you guys need? Well, to escape. I mean, isn't that not a good enough price?
You said contraband, man.
Yeah.
It's contraband here. Anything that's not prisoner-tized is considered
Yeah.
such.
any of that
Yes.
spider stuff.
Spider stuff?
Yeah, there you go. Stuff that's in the food.
That's what you want?
You know, it could be useful.
I just don't, the way you're saying it makes me not trust you with it. I'm sorry, I just, I don't know.
Anyone have any thought processes on what they could use to get out of here?
Because I can get you guys one item. One.
But you know how the spider stuff puts people to sleep? You know, we could do that to the guards.
How do we get it?
Who recruited this guy?
The sling. Put it on the rock.
They don't know.
Who recruited this guy? I don't like his plans.
I look at you and go, I think the sling itself would be more efficient without the poison at putting him to sleep than with the poison. I do like your thought process.
I was
It is.
thinking of the rock, not the sling itself.
Okay. So that's a thought.
Yeah, anyone else have a good idea? No.
Gun.
That's just-
bullets.
What?
Gun with bullets in
Sir,
it.
something reasonable.
That's reasonable to
I
me.
can cause a distraction, not me myself.
So if you're trying to push something,
I can create a
little bit bigger.
noise, making it sound like somebody's trying to escape
Maybe to use a hole.
on a different,
Do we
make
really
the
want-
sounds like somewhere else, not
like
here.
throwing your voice.
And maybe it sounds like the hole.
Does it need material components?
Verbal and somatic, presumably.
It's not good.
Sick.
Shake hands.
I could no, I'm thinking creating a sound which originates from pointing, like a certain sound of like either somebody fighting or somebody. Wait, is it just one cell that we're in, or is there multiple cells?
You guys are in one cell in particular.
Well, I'm saying like. from-
Are there other cells
Other
next
Yes,
to
they
it?
are. There are.
Okay, like I can make it sound like somebody's escaping from another cell.
Okay. I mean, that's not a bad
It
idea.
is not bad. That could be
Oh.
useful for drawing their attention towards a particular sound.
We still need some stuff.
I mean, it's
The
only
sounds you can make. Could you make it similar to the knock spell, as if someone is trying to cast knock? It unlocks doors.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but this.
Yeah, if
We'll
she's
probably make
never
it
heard-
sound like it.
if her
It would be a
characters-
thunderous sound, like thunder.
I can make it sound like that.
It's usually audible up to 300 or so feet away.
But it's also like, how often do these guys use the knock spell?
I mean, someone could be trying to use it to escape.
I mean, yeah, but like,
Someone could be really dumb, and then that could be a
I
really.
can just make it sound like the door is
it's not a
opening.
bad idea. I'm just trying to weigh the consequences
Like,
of all
I just
potential
sound of-
succeed. I just weigh the options
But we're not going to use the spell. We're just going to make it sound like something else did.
here. Exactly.
Well, if
I
you-
get what
Write it
you're
down.
saying.
Yeah.
If
I
you
get what
think
you're
of it
saying.
like they sound like somebody's unlocking the thing and opening the door. Because I'm pretty sure these aren't even oiled, so we make really loud noises. Assuming.
Well, we would have noticed as we were
Yeah, have
coming
the
in
doors
and
been
out.
creaking a lot when we enter and exit, Prince?
I'm sorry?
Have the doors been creaking a lot since we've entered and exit? Or are they like well kept?
No, they're okay.
Good idea.
You might just have to take me.
Okay.
Or I can just make it sound like somebody's fighting in a cell to the death.
Does anyone have an idea of what they could use as a weapon that would maybe sneak in here?
Hey,
Daggers, is anyone good
oh,
with
you
those?
Well,
I'm just gonna show off my teeth, just smile.
yeah, use that. Use that. Whatever he's doing, use it.
You can pull. I can't see it, so. Just to make my life, honestly, 10 times 1,000 easier. This
We're
is
at
what
10.
you. This is the visual of
So we're at
Yeah.
10. And
No.
this is another
No.
watch.
You guys are all the way down at 1, which is literally all the way off in the crevice of the corner.
This is the map they do give us in the book, so he's just showing it to you guys.
Accurate
And-
representation.
Are we like in like that little nook right there in
So
that
yeah,
little
this
cell?
is us. So
Yeah.
That's our cell. Okay. Okay.
And where's our work area? Is it 4?
Honestly, they don't have it mapped, so
Okay.
I'm gonna
Basically, we're
I'm
just
just
kind
gonna
of
say
somewhere
the
in.
unnamed, the unnamed area right there.
Book
Okay.
2.
Yeah, good. Because honestly, it's like it doesn't tell you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just basically somewhere. It could be anywhere in this space, honestly, or even
Exactly.
anywhere in here.
Yeah, actually, because once you get across 5, this is all accessible.
From the outside, so that's
Yeah,
probably
so there's
presumably
no-
where
there's
the.
no- it's not numbered.
So,
So
that's where
when-
the towers are shooting out to.
Yeah, when I was seeing shit get shot at, it was from out here.
Yeah, so right here, and over there as well.
Okay.
So those are basically most of them are predominantly watchtowers.
Okay. And we probably know about like the tall stuff here and here, and then everything back here would be what
Yeah.
we would know about,
Interesting.
and maybe the bridge, maybe as far as the bridge.
Yeah, we don't know anything beyond that.
Okay.
And then, so you have to cause distraction. You also have to take care of the sprayer.
Well, I mean, we could use the orc. You know, that guy seems
Just throw them out there.
I got lightning and teeth.
Hey, you know what? I'm all for that. He's been a bully.
And you
That
just
was
hear.
He seems
What does
smart
he
enough
say?
to be able to carry out a
I can
distraction.
understand it too, by the way.
What mean? Me pleasant.
Yeah, he thinks he's pleasant.
Did you speak Undercommon?
Yeah.
I
It's
do
the only other
too.
language I know.
I fight the plethora.
He seems smart enough to pull off a distraction.
My
right?
character is extremely fascinated
Yes.
by dungeons in real life. That is how this character I built for another campaign, but I kept all the languages and everything to just fit because he's fascinated by dungeons and everything. So it's any chance to go down into a dungeon, he takes,
Going for it.
which is why he knows Goblin because there's often goblins in dungeons.
Yeah.
He knows Dwarvish because most of them are made by dwarves,
Yeah.
and Undercon because
That's just
It's
what he
the
knows.
Underdark. It's
Yeah.
the biggest dungeon in Faerun.
exactly, and Abyssal just for shits and giggles, and then Elven because he's in path.
Sometimes you'll find an elf every now and then.
I know Common, Draconic, and Dwarvish.
I think I just know common and common.
Common, undercommon, and drow.
Common, infernal, and underground.
Oh, I do know undercommon. Holy shit.
How many of us? Do all of us know Undercommon?
Except for
Undercommon.
him.
Except for him.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Underworld traders seem to be our forte.
I'm just gonna
Well,
say,
just
like,
badass.
grammatically,
He knows
that's just
undercommon.
how I'm calling out using
I wouldn't be a
undercommon,
drow if
since
I
I'm
didn't know undercommon.
Because I don't have the weapon yet. I don't have a patron yet, but I still have the powers of it, which doesn't make much sense to me personally.
I mean, he'll help you. As long as you
The way
just.
I'll
I'm
mess
thinking of
with
it
you.
is like my,
Yeah, I'll
my
mess with you.
sword is calling to me.
Boy, I'm actually.
He's seeing it as a source.
Whoa.
So you can look around.
That's
that,
all, yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
all
because you
need.
can't bamf with your hand right now.
I can choose one weapon per day, but I don't have like the blade itself. I don't have the animated weapon that's going through my patron.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Honestly, I feel naked without my necklace.
Oh.
My holy symbol.
Symbol.
Holy shit, your tits are out. You don't have a necklace on.
That's crazy. Just because of that one reason.
Hey, that's how
Look
that,
at you.
video game attires.
This works.
Damn video game attires.
I just took the necklace off. Everything is gone too.
Oh no!
Dang it.
Well, so we using the guy friend, the guy who
The
thinks
big
he's
guy.
a good guy.
I'm gonna start talking to you in Dwarvish to see if you understand Dwarvish.
Huh?
I'm gonna then start talking in Abyssal to see if you understand Abyssal.
What are you doing?
And then I'm gonna try Elvish and Goblin. Do you understand any of those?
Why are you doing this to me?
If
This
he's
hurts
gonna
my
run-
head.
And I look at you and go, I was trying to see if there's a language that they might not speak that we could speak in.
Well, then you just gotta ask.
The drow.
You just started doing
Well,
it.
that's too obvious.
Fill up. Oh, okay. Fancy pants over there. Sure.
Drow, no.
shroud.
So we can get one contraband item. What do we look for?
A gun.
I don't think he's
gun.
gonna have a gun around here except for yours.
I do.
They have it though.
You do have an iron rod.
I said except for yours.
Maybe something that could be fitting. Something that could be beneficial to the iron rod. Maybe something we can.
I was thinking of using it as a club. The problem is put those heads in it.
I do have a.
Perhaps this is a thought. No,
I have a silken rope. 5 feet.
this
If
is
we
a
need
thought.
it.
That if that we could. How long is the rod? Reasonable enough to fit in your leg, I would assume. Perhaps we could get ourselves a large chunk of metal that could act as an axe head and apply that to it,
Thank you.
making it more fitting for a two-handed swing.
Could attach a pot to it. More like a hammer, but it'll work. It's like stick it straight. I'm just imagining this club with a pot.
Hey man, you use what you can.
All right. So perhaps we look outside of the realm of weapons and we look more at chemicals in the land. Acid could be an option for melting the locks. But we don't need acid itself, I guess. That is nice to know.
I generated.
Okay, so what other chemicals or objects did we present?
They do use spider parts in the food. From what he says, it sounds like it's some kind of poison.
It's not exactly a poison, but it is
A sedative.
yeah, a sedative of sorts. And that's what I was thinking. If we could attach it to something, or put
Or
it
we
on
could find a
something.
way
The
to get it.
problem is it might not be an injury-based poison, maybe a consumption-based poison. That would be the issue. It is
Or if
spider
we can-
venom, presumably, so it would be most likely a wounding-based venom, but they're using it predominantly in consumption. It may not be very strong outside of being ingested.
It might be
Or
stronger.
if maybe we can try and get it into their food.
My friend, you've presumed us with the option of contraband given to us. Is it possible you could get something somewhere other than our possession? Perhaps some of those spider legs into the guards' food.
That's pretty hard. I'm gonna have to work the pole so thoroughly in order for me to get something like that. I mean, so what? You want me to poison the inside people?
Poison the guards, yes.
Not gonna happen.
All right. That's out of the question. So let's go back to what we can get. Glass to use. No.
Oh, I also should show them the pepper shaker.
That's poison.
It is full of pepper.
Don't talk to me.
Phosphorus. Highly volatile material. Does it react with salt? Dang it. No, it reacts with water.
Yes.
It reacts well with water.
But where are we gonna get water in this place?
I presume the soup that we've been eating.
How are we gonna get the water from the soup? Without the proper tools.
Well, we'll just
Well, they have to give us water to drink.
make a really shitty soup one day that's literally just water.
Got it.
Well, they have to give us water to drink.
Yes.
There is a waterfall.
Oh yeah. We just.
But well, getting to the waterfall might be a different story.
No, we just had.
But I'm saying they do want us to stay alive.
So they do probably give us water.
Exactly. They would give us water to drink to keep us alive.
Yeah.
But
Because we have to stay hydrated.
if push comes to shove, I know it's kind of gross, but they have the outhouses.
It's literally genius. I love it.
So phosphorus is an option for an explosive distraction, and it may be easier to get down here. And
We need large
What
amounts
about
of
the
spot.
spider?
Yeah.
We can easily do the
We can make a small fire.
we can easily do distraction, but we gotta take care of that spider.
so how do we deal with the spider?
I don't think we deal with
I
the spider.
have-
That thing is big and
I have
probably
flames
very
and
much
heat.
deadly.
You just let all its the webs on fire. That's a great idea.
The problem is it's climbing above us. If it falls onto
Look like a
us.
spider. Well, if it
Well,
falls-
into our. Depends where we like where it is when we like it.
It's either we fight it or I can
We let it fall into the well.
tame it.
You're afraid of lemons.
It may be intelligent
Fear
if
is
it's
But if
hunting well here
we should do it while it's above the water.
You're definitely
to wash it down. Down the water chute.
Down the water spout.
Yeah, they're going on down there. This, I know. I was trying to listen, and then you distracted me.
Yeah. Whatever. You liked it.
So,
Good
any
try.
other thoughts on what we could get contraband wise?
Oh, you have any ideas?
Maybe just a dagger.
Literally offering them contraband.
Maybe I'll pray my God, see if they can give me some sort of sign of how to get out of here.
Could you get a arrow off a bolt off the guards?
Yeah, I can drive it. I'm good with
That
bows.
actually could be useful. Could be used as a small stabbing weapon if need be. Bolt could be reasonable.
Alright, so I'm gonna
We try and use a sling weapon.
I'm just
It's
gonna
like a-
sit kind of in a corner and start praying.
Roll a D100.
Interesting.
D100 is going to be cute.
2d10.
1d10 and
I mean, that's what we
Oh,
do.
that's right.
Or you can have it after
D10 and D.
Yeah, or you can roll this.
Ooh, yeah!
Nah, that's not me.
That is 28.
28?
Yep.
Are there any loose stones around?
Okay, kind of in my prayer, I'm like, come on, Pastor, I know you want me to do something, don't help us the fuck out of here. So I can do it.
You just get a feeling of do it yourself.
Pastor.
So she get protected a fiend.
Can you at least help us with finding ourselves?
I just feeling of pity.
Arcas, I
Sick.
have a thought.
Damn it.
What
A
a
map.
sick feeling.
Okay, my God is being a dick.
Yeah,
Or
What do
a
we have?
bitch. Oh no.
Are there any
Yeah,
left?
he's
Big
being a
bitch.
dick.
a big bitch.
You said there's a lot of fungi.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I
man.
could deal with mushrooms.
So,
Okay, 2 things,
Yes, I will.
I want some
Okay,
So here's the thought.
You just know.
If we can get a
Yes.
map, we can start making
So
plans by throwing the map. That could be the
I
contraband
have,
we
I have a
get.
map. It's layered on. Okay.
I trust your map very well. So, what do we think of a map?
Oh, how are we gonna get the paper? How are we gonna draw the map? Yeah. Oh,
It's good if you roll.
Contraband.
contraband.
Contraband guy.
Yes, because they have maps.
What I was telling you.
Alright. Get a map. What are we doing?
We either need a map or the tools to make a map.
Give me the tools.
Okay.
Maps me how.
So get me.
Unless you can give me like 4 days for a map.
4 days from now. How long for just the materials?
1 day.
I'm okay with 4 days for an actual map. It might be more accurate than anything we can do based on.
How accurate do you feel your map could be?
not only that, but we can always
Depends on
keep
who
an eye on
steals
the
it.
guards.
Do you trust who would be stealing?
Of course, with my life.
There is a small
And their life.
we can keep watching their intervals
How do
when
you
they
feel
change
about this?
shifts.
You're not wrong. It's a good plan. I like it.
Like 4 days, I'm fine with 4 days because then we can keep watching the guards on their
And try and get their rotation.
they
Alright.
change
We could also
shifts.
try and get some stuff ourselves.
And maybe something will present itself on a better way of actually getting out of here as well.
Alright. I like this. 4 days then. And we'll start keeping note of things. Who wants to focus on the spider?
I'll do it.
I get better
Keep track of
Bear
keep
suit.
track of the spider. Who wants to keep track of the main watchtower to try and get timings on that?
I'm not very good at that.
Oh,
He'll do it. Yeah.
Okay, you've got the main watchtower.
What did you get here?
I'll try and count the barracks. How many guards enter and leave the barracks? Maybe get a read on that.
Let's find out somebody from some
I could try and get
where
one of the
they would
guards
keep
on
our
us.
items.
Which one of you wants to try and figure out where they keep the items? I feel like you, actually. Because you want to know where your guns are.
Yes, I do want to know where my guns are.
So, with that, design your party.
Oh yeah, sure.
Can you help us try and figure out where they keep any supplies? Such as our weapons or anything they've taken off of our
Yes,
persons.
I will do that. As soon as I get my hand on a gun, I'm blowing this popsicle's hand.
And I'll help as needed. Since I'm not on one specific thing, I'll just kind of blend and help.
So he has the main guard tower, I have the barracks, you have trying to find where our weapons are, you have the spider, and these, wherever you guys feel. Okay.
It sounds good to
Okay,
me.
sounds good.
Figure it out. Alright! I guess it's onward.
Thank
After a
God.
while, you guys hear, hey! Hey! You guys are making fun? You guys haven't making friends? Huh?
No.
You ever played tic-tac-toe before? I played like 20 games today.
Did you break your fingers?
Not yet.
You should.
I've already done it.
So what's going on?
You know, we're just gambling.
Gambling, huh?
Yeah, with no
Yeah?
money. Yeah, with no money.
I
I like
personally,
it.
and I pulled a pebble, one pebble today.
There's no money.
I like that.
Wait, where did you get a pebble?
Hey, don't question the man. He's got a pebble.
I beat the orc. I gave a tic-tac-toe. I beat him. Yep. And he, as a reward, he didn't punch me. What's the deal? I've been punched several times by you within these 10 days. And I have yet to respond. Okay. Thanks. You have yet to actually fight me, friend. And I plan on not doing that. Yeah, that's why.
What the?
It's a flower.
Flower.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Picks up the little guy by his head again. Starts picking it around. And he looks at you and he goes,
See, he
Learning.
is
He's learning.
immediately just.
Like as I'm kind of like watching this guard, kind of caring what everybody else is doing, and kind of like casting the
Thaumaturgy?
yeah, I can never pronounce it, and kind of make it create where like there's probably something caught in the spider's web, seeing how it reacts. And
That would be prestidigitation. Thaumaturgy is more.
Noise.
Yeah.
noise. Okay.
And amplification.
I mean, you can still create a noise of that creature, see if it responds, but it's
Yeah,
not gonna
but
see
the
it.
creature like not like it sounding like it's near its web or something like that.
Okay.
Any creature doesn't matter.
Yeah, just it kind of just does a turnaround and uses many beady eyeballs and starts darting feverishly, and then it starts walking off, and guards just like, I don't know what the fuck that spot is thinking.
Maybe, hopefully it's not me next.
Yeah, it could be.
Shadow.
Well, we haven't talked to the other drow that's in here.
Yeah, we actually haven't. Who wants to be the one who's brave enough to talk to that guy?
He's just like in the corner, just. What?
Hey man,
What did I do?
You look like him.
I didn't do it.
Why'd you go talk to him?
I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
This is why I didn't
You
talk.
sure?
This is why I
Yeah.
didn't want to talk to you.
You
It
sure?
wasn't
You
me.
sure?
I couldn't have. I remember I was sitting down, sipping cocaine. And there's just... And then, all of a sudden, I'm awake. And I'm here. I don't know how it happened.
No one knows how it happened.
No one knows how it happened. It was me. Was it you? That's impossible.
Why do you
Did
think?
it? I said I killed my lover. How could I? Never. I didn't do it. Did you see who did it?
Did I see who did it?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know. Did I?
You certainly did not. Yeah. Head.
So what do you do here, anyways?
Me?
Yeah. I don't doubt that you didn't do what you did.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't do what you
I didn't do it.
Okay. So, the question still stands.
What's the question?
What are you doing here? What do you do here?
I am here serving my turn like a respectable young drow.
I can respect that.
Guys planning. Guys planning on leaving.
Well, it depends. Do you have something?
A home that is probably not safe to return to.
Great.
Do you have
What?
information?
I hold on.
You literally went into section that you need to.
Alrighty. He goes and he says, there are 19 drows altogether in the outpost. There are 3 head drows.
3 head
Ilvara, Shur, and Jordan, as well as a priestess named Asha. There are also a dozen quaggoths and a vast number of giant spiders.
Not including that one.
That one just doesn't like anyone.
Oh, okay.
And there are 3 drow guards that watch us over for the most part.
It's a lot less than daily chores.
Oh yes, of course. And they watch the slave pen hanging over the guard tower across the rope bridge, visible through the locked gate. And he says the cell has some sort of anti-magic effect on it. It's crazy, isn't it? But what do you guys have?
The information
I got
you just
nothing.
gave us.
I got the information. you
So
gave.
if we are all to maybe intermingle and escape together, I have a bit more information for us. But only if we're all friends. Yes.
Would you know? First of all, do you know exactly where we are?
Deep down,
And do you know how to actually get out of here if we were to get out of this cage?
that's his response. He just,
As simple yes or no, you don't have to tell me until we come to an agreement.
No, maybe. But, listen to this. Listen to this little tiny tidbit. And it will be very useful for you guys to understand. A supply control from Mesobrazin is a few days short, which is unusual. So, that means Our days are numbered. But either way, even if I don't know how to escape, I still have given you enough information. Yes, please? Yes?
Can I,
You know what? He can.
Does
he can always use
the
some
supply
extra
chain
things.
means we're running short on food, I presume?
This is human supplies. People supplies.
So they're looking to eliminate this prison.
It's a very distinct possibility.
I say we could always use some extra things.
okay, whoa. How do we know this guy's just not insane?
I'm not insane! I didn't
I
do
say
it!
I say it to him in Dwarvish. Because I heard him speaking it to him earlier. What do you think? Do you think we can trust him?
And I say back in Dwarvish, he might be a snake. I'm a little bit worried that he passes information up the chain, but it is possible that he could be trustworthy.
It doesn't matter. They talking, son.
I'm not your son.
He has given us.
Some very
Very-
valuable information.
You look like someone.
Sorry?
So yeah, after you guys are talking your weird under stuff, I don't know. What language were you speaking?
Dwarvish.
Okay, well, Dwarvish.
You aren't even dwarves.
Of course not. But the dwarves make the mines and they make the dungeons, so that's why I like the language.
Okay, well. What did you discuss?
Did you say we're all in agreement?
Yes. He he was a little bit concerned, and I was a little bit concerned. But you seem like you could be useful.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes.
The
Which we all keep me
anti-magic
alive.
Yes,
The
you do.
anti-magic field.
Yes, I
Has
will.
anyone
You didn't.
has anyone been tinkering with the locks at all and tested them?
Tinkering. I don't think we're that good.
I mean, like testing the tumblers in the locks, testing how easily they could be adjusted. I'm asking you if anyone's tried to pick the locks.
No, oh no. I mean, I hadn't. You were going in circles and I was trying to tail snake Ouroboros.
Sorry, I forgot to land the kite.
Ouroboros. No, I do not think so.
Interesting. Well,
I look at my contraband fellow. How good the locks look.
I haven't seen them up close myself personally.
Could I get you an opportunity?
I'm willing to risk it. Not for a
Understandable.
biscuit. Not until day of. It's very risky. Sure. But
Who says it's today?
What kind of tools would you need to examine these?
just good old picks. That's it. Nothing outrageous. I can get lock picks. I cannot get a whole kit, but I can get lock picks.
He's already getting this thing.
The map will be important as well. If you could slide both. When is the supply train? When was the supply train due?
It said it. It said it, sir.
10 days ago?
A 10-day or two.
So I'm assuming 2 days?
A 10-day. It's like
10-day,
a
which
week.
means-
Oh.
Yeah. It means a little 10-day.
How much time do you think we have?
I don't know. But I didn't do it though. So as long as we understand that I'm innocent, we're all going on the same gravy train. Let's just try to get out of here as fast as possible, right? Wouldn't that just make more sense?
It would be really useful if you did something though that could be useful in this situation.
I can talk.
Good.
We can see that.
But you can talk, but you use your words wisely.
Of course.
No.
Yes,
That's
I do.
wrong. You have said it.
I want to see if he's being honest.
About which plot? About which plot?
I just want to see if he's like seems to be generally lying.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, I want to see how trustworthy he is.
I want to help him with that.
You would not be able to. That's not one of those things that you get off with. But, nope. Nope. Okay.
As far as I know, he's being perfectly honest.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll roll that.
Same.
Everybody just roll. But I want to roll specifically to see if he's telling if he has more information or can do more news. That's what I'm specifically looking for.
Okay.
Nope.
17.
17.
17.
Okay.
8.
Alrighty. It's hard to tell whether he's lying or you just think that this is what he thinks is definitely the case. More so that he's convinced himself that every bit of information that he's told you up until now is valid.
So, from what we can tell, he thinks all the information is valid.
Hmm?
It might not be. He might be crazy. He didn't do it.
I didn't do it!
We're all just a little bit mad.
I'm not mad. I'm really calm, actually.
That's true. Except for you.
Yeah, he's the only one that you can't ever tell.
Because he's a lizard.
Usually when he shows emotions.
Just a Komodo dragon. Komodo dragon!
I'm going to calm this situation. I'm never mad.
Alright,
Well, I
so
can't be mad.
are we
but-
waiting
else
like
have we not
so we're
talked
waiting the
yet?
4 days, right?
What else have we not done
Alright, do we want to try and get any more tools along the 4 days while we're waiting for a map?
Well, if he can't get
So what are we thinking?
who else have we not talked to?
We could acquire more weapons. Right now we have one small person with a sling, a big person with a stick, and
A lot of guards with a lot of weapons.
a lot of guards with a lot of
I have a
weapons.
silken rope I can tie into a noose.
And I got buttons.
There's the Quaggoth, the humanoid Quaggoth, that's just wandering around. There's a small white-beard fellow. There's every now and then this little gray mushroom that starts to walk around and just kind of plop itself down.
I'm gonna talk to the Quaggoth.
Okay.
I can use my rope to fashion into a whip too.
That would probably actually be more useful.
What is a Quaggoth again?
Quaggoth is a blue beast-like creature. They're generally on all fours, but this one seems to be standing upright.
Okay, I wanna, yeah. So I was just like, you seem like a nice fellow.
Ah, yes! I've been trying to tell everyone that the entire time. Thank you. You are kind of Shalish.
Okay, right over here.
Well,
That's what they look like.
okay.
He looks cute.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's,
I
Cute. He looks
he
like
is
a
totally
Harry Potter
towering
werewolf.
over me at this point.
Yes.
He looks like a werewolf.
Exactly.
Cute werewolf.
He's like probably around 8 feet tall.
Probably.
So, how'd you end up here?
They are jealous of me, of course.
Why might I ask?
Clearly, look at me. My poise, my physique, everything about me, jealous.
Well, you do look like the kind of person that everybody would be jealous of.
Yeah, thank you. You may, and he extends his hand out like he wants you to kiss him.
I'm okay. Yeah, you can keep that.
No, you go ahead.
You can
Don't
keep
be,
that.
What are you doing?
don't be shy.
You can
Don't
keep
shove
that.
your hand in that man's face.
As he starts saying that, he like literally starts to get like aggressive. And
Hey!
now his like he is now reaching back like he's about to strike.
Calm
well,
down.
Yeah.
Who
We're
are
all friends
you?
here.
Who are you? Chill out!
Prince. Prince of what?
Prince of whatever the creatures you are?
And you just, I'm a prince. That is all you need to know.
I believe you. But keep your hand, please. Keep your hand. Keep your hand. We're all friends here. There's no need for that.
No one's kissing your hand, dude. I'm not kissing his hand.
Neither am I.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of him, I guess.
Yeah.
That's if you guys are joining the fight. Whoever wants to join the fight.
I'm there.
Well, I'm gonna try and intimidate him. I was like,
I'm gonna try to help
No.
him calm down.
I'll try to calm him
He's
down
not
after
an
I kick him in the
He's
nuts.
an intelligent person.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Being.
gonna try and calm him down, but if not, plan B is just a foot right to lefty and right.
This is
Yeah.
not a normal quagga.
No, not at all. This guy's speaking common. He's very proper, but until just then. So, high rolls.
20.
20?
19.
5. Well, let's take that back. Hold on.
What was these again?
That's not my
Initiative?
Yeah.
8.
You fighting him?
I
or-
got 8 too.
or-
14.
14?
There's a 5 on that. I forgot to add no. That's bonus. So it's a
19.
I got 8 as well.
Okay.
What's your dex?
My
3.
dex is like a 16
Same. You
plus
want to go
3.
first?
My dex is a 17. So.
So you
I'm
go
probably
first.
not going to do anything. I'm just rolling into the initiative to see if I need to.
Intervene somehow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
same
Okay.
kind of thing.
Alright, he goes first. He gets
Ah,
Yeah. So I'm just gonna step back as much as I can, try and persuade him to,
He's
just-
going to take his opportunity of attack. Okay.
20. No! Son of
His
a...
death blow.
Why are you doing this?
Any armor.
Natural 1.
Yeah, you missed.
As he just, and you kind of like his form, his upright form is not what he's used to when it comes to fighting. So he actually just buckles down on all fours now.
Alright, yeah, I want to say, there's no need for fighting. Come on, I just wanted to talk.
No,
Alright.
you are here to besmirch my name.
I don't even know who you are. Please tell me, who are you?
Okay. That's alright.
Prince Darendil.
Do I recognize it?
Could I also make a history check on this?
I'm gonna do the same.
Natural 20 with, it's just a straight roll.
15.
You know dang well there is no such thing as a Prince Darendil.
Alright, good for you, buddy.
It's insane. Cool.
Good for you. I believe you, totally. But I'm gonna keep, I just took my action there.
Oh, well, thank you. That's exactly what I was saying.
Yes. You
As
are.
he just completely goes right back to normal.
What the hell, man?
What?
That was ridiculous.
What?
You just were about to attack him.
I would never do such a thing. A
You
prince?
literally just swept at him.
A prince? That is beneath me.
Take 10 steps back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I whisper, I pull them all back. It's like, I've never heard of this person. There's no name, Prince Darren Bell.
He's insane, dude.
I'm gonna walk up.
Crazy.
I'm gonna walk up to Prince Darendal and go. You know what you need?
What?
We need to start a coup when we go to try and get out. We need to try.
A chicken coop?
No, as in a overthrow. Obviously, they've stolen your kingdom.
This is your kingdom.
Why not steal it back?
I have much contemplation to think about this, and you just...
I do. Because and I look at him and go, do you speak with any of the other prisoners from any cells? Perhaps we can start a riot.
Let's start a riot.
No.
Let's start a riot. Oh.
No.
Oh, this dude could totally start a riot.
Yep.
I mean, I think that would be quite pleasurable. But I cannot. Starting a riot, that is not something I would do. I swear.
What does he tend to do, as far as I can tell, as far as jobs? What does he get stuck with?
He never speaks of that.
No, but like, have we seen him in either of our three?
No.
He doesn't get stuck with any of our the same jobs as us.
They tend to put him by himself for whatever reason.
Oh, I don't know. We don't know why they would put him by himself.
Yeah. He does not work well with others.
Yeah, I wonder why. He just fucking attacks you.
You know, I'm just a little bit too quick for him.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm right there with
It
you.
wasn't because of the natural one. It was not the natural one.
Alright,
Why'd you talk to that
possibly
guy?
an angle.
Why'd you talk to that guy?
Guys, it could be useful.
What? How?
Any bit of anything can be useful in a situation like this.
I guess with
A bit of string could be useful in a situation
wait a
like this.
second.
my buttons.
That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know how we apply that.
So
You know, we just say, hey, go talk to them. You know? Get them to communicate.
Oh, so you want to start a fight? So you want them to fight each other to the death?
No, that
If they
might
sa-
happen, but no, that's not what that's the end goal. But that's not what supposed to happen. Supposed to happen.
Okay.
So
All right.
here's a thought. It's a crazy thought.
Every thought so far has been
He unfortunately works by himself. This does not work in our favor. I was going to say, if we encourage the fight, we could let the guards take one of them out, use it as a body shield against the other guards, and if the guards come in here to quell the violence, we could ambush them. I doubt they would with their crossbows, though. That's the issue we run into.
Or we can try and. This guy seems to have like a split personality. Maybe we could try and angle him to the point where he can't support us.
If we can get his other personality to come out, I'm sure he would. But the moment the princely one comes out, he won't raise a hand.
But I think there might be a point where it's beyond.
Possible. At the moment he's attacked, maybe he'll become extremely aggressive.
Yeah, to the point where he can no longer. Well, to the point where he can't control himself.
See?
Someone could club him over the back of the head and then act like the guards did.
Yeah.
Or we could use his princely self to try and talk to the Kragoff.
Take off the different thing.
Well, the other Kragos.
Yeah.
There are other Quigoffs.
Yeah. there's
There
so many
are
times.
approximately 12 of them
Mhm.
posted at the watch posts.
Okay.
Well. So are we using the plan to have them fight each other to the death or something, or not?
It's a thought.
It's a thought.
Great thought.
It's also a
Favorite
thought to
plan
get
so
this
far.
guy dead.
It's
Kill the
Plan
guards.
C.
What the? What's plan A?
Plan A is we blow up the locks.
Yeah.
What?
That was the phosphorus. Come on.
Come the. You have so many things going on in your head.
Try to keep up.
What's plan B?
You really miss
If
my
we
gut
can't
right
explode the lock.
We melt the locks, and we use the slings to pelt the guards.
Okay.
now. One bullet.
Like,
I have a
why
question. Do you
they're
still
all-
have that pebble you won earlier?
Great target. Someone it looks
Well,
like
everybody's
Claire's
been
guy.
talking.
It's a dinky little pebble.
Everybody's talking. I'm
Just gotta
like
aim for the right place.
taking my silken rope and trying to fashion into a whip. Or would not be able to.
The salt shaker. What is the salt shaker made out of?
I personally don't think
Salt
still
shaker?
very good.
Is it made out of glass?
Yeah.
Take the glass shards from the salt shaker and add it into the whip to act as a, actually make it into
Sort
somewhat of a
like
weapon.
not mace,
I
but
hope the god the
Well,
glass
makes
shards
sense.
attached.
To make it like a cat of
A
nine
barb.
tails. Yeah, a
Yeah.
barbed,
That's
barbed
really
whip.
good.
Yeah, kind of tie glass.
Well, what do we want to do with the pepper
Say
then?
again?
Because the pepper can be used to
It's strong enough.
possibly
This-
temporarily
the silk
blind
that
somebody.
you got is-
For
No,
sure.
it's very strong.
But we need a
This
container
is
to
made
hold
of
it in.
their giant spiders.
Oh,
silk.
okay. I'm thinking like an actual like silk
No,
scarf.
so this is like
Can you get a bowl
Spider.
and one of your
Silk.
kitchen
Silk.
shifts, and perhaps
Yeah.
keep it in that? Small.
How do we get
That's-
our
that's
water
risky, yes.
and food?
But then,
they pass it between like these small little bars that are like
So they kind of like they have a
installed-
ladle and they pour it into our hands.
Yeah.
Kind of?
And similar to water, I'm assuming. It's kind of like they pour it into our water cans.
And now the soup. Do we actually get bowls for that?
Physical these guys, yes.
Containing one of the bowls. Do they make sure they get all the bowls back?
They do. They do get the bowls and they take the bowls back.
But does it appear like they count the bowls?
You're not 100% too sure. It's
So
not
one day
obvious.
we could all like suddenly
I
like, here
could
you
change
go,
my place
and kind of hand them all at once and make it look like we all gave back our bowls.
Or
and then
if-
keep one.
if they have like a system, I could change my place in mine. So they think like they already got me. So like I'm at this part. And I just sneak around back to this area. Yeah, you know.
Possible.
It's so fun.
So many options.
Okay, so we get a bowl for the salt or for the pepper. We use the glass for the whip. That will give us 2 weapons, 3 weapons if we include the sling. It's very good odds by comparison to what we currently have. And once we get into combat, we can acquire more.
Once we pick up one.
If we can take out 1 guard, that acquires us instantly 2 weapons. 1 sword for this fellow and a crossbow.
There's also two daggers in my boots.
So dagger, crossbow, sword.
As you guys are talking, when the guards say, "Hey! Night! Go to bed!"
That's early already.
Yeah! Can't tell?
Really can't.
It's only always dark in here.
That's your problem. Get better eyes.
Oh, I've
What's
got
your
better
name?
eyes than you.
You!
Is that your name? Fuck you?
Yeah!
Good name.
You like it?
I'm gonna study his face. Remember, fuck you for later.
Can't see his face. So,
Oh, okay. I remember. Can I look at his eye color?
I kind of chuckle
So-
because I remember something.
Nothing.
no.
Well, I remember the voice.
Yeah, exactly.
I can kind of chuckle softly and hear his name. Thank God for somebody.
As you guys take your nappy poos.
I sleep with one eye
Oh
open.
yeah, always. You guys start to have horrific dreams of your bodies being slowly digested alive by a mass swarm of insects, flies mainly, as they start spitting their tiny little pricks of acid onto your skin, which does nothing but at a mass, it starts to slowly dissolve away at your skin as your face starts to rip, your arms start to fall off. And as it happens, your corpse is just turned into a beautiful bloom rose garden filled with mushrooms. And you guys awake. A pleasant day.
Duh.
As you're all drenched in sweat.
This is normal for me.
Oh yeah.
Those
Oh,
are
they're not
totally
good.
sweat
They're not-
because
they're
they're
not someone you
warm
like,
blooded.
though.
huh?
They're totally warm blooded.
Oh,
Yeah, you sweat.
yeah.
As you guys awake
Okay.
to a beautiful day though.
Ah, it looks the same as when I fell asleep.
You don't look the same.
Another glorious morning.
I know I don't. I'm drenched in my own
It makes me
fluids.
A mental attack.
I don't know how much of the fluids I got.
Pity yourself.
We're dealing with a mental attack.
Who said that?
It's a random cock, and then he just turns away.
I like literally stare right when someone said that. Who said that shit? Huh?
So who else who had weird dream about insects?
Was it fuck
Well, I
you?
definitely did.
Oh,
You had
you
one
know,
as well.
that's
If
totally
we all have
people-
had the same dream, then we can
Where
presume
you
this is a
going?
mental attack of some sort.
Oh yes, definitely.
I'll remember
Terrifying.
you.
Keep the, most likely to keep the prisoners at bay.
Tired. Keep prisoners tired, unwilling to run down their willpower. Most likely.
Indeed. The priestess. There's a priestess. She probably casts spells that can cause nightmares.
What are they talking about? Madness? I'm
But-
already insane. I mean, I didn't do
How
it
would
though.
that get through the anti-magic
We all
shield?
believe you.
We can presume that the magic is around the bars and weapons themselves. That maybe magic can be cast out through the bars. It just cannot be cast on the bars itself.
Who does that?
Perhaps the magic, like if you were to try and attempt something like the spell knock, to try and bust the lock open, or thaumaturgy wouldn't work without it being unlocked. But something of those sorts.
What about Sacred Flame?
I doubt it would work again.
Yeah.
Yours
But
is
wait.
natural though, so it would work in this case. So we can presume we may still have that as an option.
With this spell Sacred Flame, I can cast. I wonder if I can cast it outside things.
We could probably definitely fire something through the bars, just not at the bars.
I could probably wait until like a break in the guards and then test it. I think that's a good idea.
Do you have something that's
Stop.
quiet?
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, I don't think
very
that's exactly
quiet.
quiet.
Very subtle. I mean, he says it is.
I mean, it's
That counts.
thunder damage this way, so.
Force.
No, we
Oh.
did something to make it thunder.
Yeah.
Oh, that's loud.
That's loud, yeah.
Mhm, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So not so quiet.
As you guys are speaking,
Well, maybe you could try your little fire trick outside the door.
It happens on myself. I could try and be like right next to it. Yeah, I could attempt that.
We could use that as a distraction. You know, that they were distracted by it once.
I would try in between a rotation of guards to try and cast Produce Flames just outside bars, just to test if we can cast through the bars.
but as you guys are speaking, though, another guard that's very particular looking. He has a scarred right side of his face. It seems to have been burnt for the most part. He does come up to you and he says, "Listen, you guys have been talking a lot.
Well, there's not much else for us to do here.
Uh-huh. It's not my problem.
Is someone interested in our conversation?
Yeah, Warden.
We're one. What is it?
This particular guard, over the past several days, has he been kinder to us or meaner to us?
This one is the first time we've seen.
First time I've seen him.
What does he want with us?
Pick two of the lot. Oh yeah.
What? To go talk to him?
Yep. I don't care who.
I'll go.
Fuck it.
Oh, it's one.
Ooh, me. Yeah,
Oh yeah. You.
I'll give it a go.
yay.
It seems he seems so damn excited.
Am I? I just want to talk to whoever's in charge.
Okay, sure. Yeah. What's happening? All right, you two. Back your shit up. Oh, you don't have anything. You better not. All right. Let's go. As he starts to bring you guys off.
Right there, folks.
What?
They're going to get some nice treatment. I'm so sorry for them.
As you guys, as they start to haul you guys away, make your way over to. Give me a second. Okay, So you guys make a long stretch over a bridge through a wide, large area, and then back into a small crevice, where basically one false move and you're probably going to trip and die. As you guys...
Dex save.
Exactly, well, no dex save, you're just tripping back.
Shit.
God, death no save.
As you guys make your way
That's
over
it.
to one of the outposts. As you start climbing the tower into the middle section where you guys stop at. As you guys climb the rope ladder, you enter what seems to be a shrine chamber. And you see a very tall, dominant-looking drow. She has a long, almost Asian-like ponytail, where it has the long stem and outwards seem to be like kind of like spikes that stick outwards. She has very decadent and almost threatening-looking armor. It's metallic in nature, and she has a long flowing dress, and connected to each wrist is a particle of the dress, so it all connects together as one piece. And at her side, she has a long whip, and her arms seem to be frilled, almost like the skin has grown extra hairs, similar to that of a spider. And she carries a small little spider in her other hand. As she just starts playing.
Would I recognize this as before?
History check.
I don't know what to. Just for the hell of it. Nope. Mine's okay.
Give me a shout if you need me.
Oh, that's a 9.
We'll do.
9!
Yeah, I got an 8, so.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, a -1.
Man. Bummer.
No, because I was thinking like, as my before life,
Yeah,
or
I got you.
organize that.
I got you. But
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah.
So, I heard everyone's becoming very chatty amongst the group.
You're just becoming friendly. I mean, there's nothing else for us to do.
Friendly! That's not why you're here!
Nope.
No, we're not becoming friendly. We're becoming
You are
total
not there,
enemies.
sadly. They've been carted off. Both of these guys have been carted off.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make friends, just make conversation.
Here, come closer.
Come a little closer.
She takes you by the claws and she brings you forward. We're not here to make friends. The only friends you'll be making is the end of my whip. You understand? Turn around.
Oh, God. Don't do this. What's happening right now, you two?
Trying something?
You two, please no. Get along, friendship.
Get along, little
Don't
dog.
fight. Please.
There's not gonna be fight. No fight.
Hey, don't. It's just silence right now. I'm just like, what is
I turn
happening?
around as I'm silently in Inferno, casting resistance on myself.
Does
As silently as I can.
it have somatic and verbal, or?
As verbal as an M.
Okay, the M means material, so you wouldn't be able to do that.
Material.
Yeah.
Material
say-
meaning that it needs a
Oh, like
extra
hold some-
component. Yeah,
Hold someplace of it.
Yeah.
Either the components or the colors.
exactly. Which you would not be able to
So.
do. As long as it says S and S,
Yeah,
V,
the V and S, yeah.
V and S, yeah,
Alright.
or one or the other.
So. Yes, everyone's talking.
If not, then she just whips you, and you take take 8 points of slashing damage.
Whoop, oh, there goes one.
as your back just gets lacerated, just teared down the spine completely. And you're just crippled over in pain. Your hands are just clutching the floor as you just start to bleed profusely. The stinging sensation settling in, and your vision starts to go a bit hazy. And you're just trying to grunt and bear it as you just pound your fist into the floor and just like, oh!
I'm cursing in my head to him. Just like,
Oh,
get me out of this.
am I gonna have to do the same thing?
Do you want to?
I don't know yet. Probably not.
Since you have spoken, turn around.
Yep, there you
Oh,
go.
like thinking
I
towards
just go ahead and just accept it.
She, from the previous hit before, she doesn't get a good lashing in like she wants. And does 3 damage as it kind of just skirts like past you and just kind of you get 2 of the 3 whips.
Do I
instead.
feel it?
Oh yeah,
That's
no.
all that matters.
Yeah, no, it hurts. It still stings.
like I'm like kind of like cursing and praying my God to
Can
get
I,
the
like, memory-
fuck out of this.
Can
This
I
hurts
use
so
my
much.
memory to just remember what the hell she looks like?
Like I won't be able to do anything if I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and remember every single one of these motherfuckers. Go roll their brains out.
Yeah, that's
Is that all she did that for?
And she says, make sure no one gets a bright idea. I don't want to have to kill every last one of you now, do I? Yes. And she takes the better part of her heel and digs it into your wound and grinds. As it happens, just starts to trickle down your side, and your clothing is now just soaked in your own blood. And she just kicks you one more time straight inside the butt and just you lurch forward and just like, oh, like almost, the heel almost got in there. The heel almost got in there. It was just mere
I'm
centimeters
giving
away.
her looks, and it's half anger, half like, all right.
And she picks you up by the hair and she drags it back and she says, so, any chance? No, forget it. No. Forget it. Anyways, friendship needs to stop. I need order. More friendship that is developed, the worse off you will be.
Roger.
What did you call me?
That's
I don't like terms that I don't understand.
yes. That's what that means.
Then say yes. Say it.
Just did. Yes.
Is that the way you speak to me?
Yes.
She gives you another weapon.
Oh, I expected it.
6 damage.
Yes.
As you just
Can't wait to go unconscious.
I should have played Terry for this one.
oh yeah, you're gonna have so much fun.
Terry would be
As
loving
she
this.
slashes you to the right side, this time all three edges dig deep into you. So yes, who? I'm your mistress. You understand?
Now I do. Originally didn't. Now
Perfect.
your mistress. Yes, mistress.
Good. Away with you before I feed you to the spiders. Are you doing that?
That's what's going on in my mind.
Okay.
I really wish I could do this.
It's kind of like glaring at her silent and just kind of like thinking in my head. Like,
She comes up to you and she digs her heels straight inside of your wounds as well.
do something that I know it's gonna get me fucking killed.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way. We gotta just stop. We just gotta accept it, otherwise there's death awaiting.
As the scarred-faced man picks you both up without saying a word and starts carrying you off. He says, "That was quite a performance. I enjoyed it."
You're sick
Yes. Yes, indeed. And then he comes over to you and he whispers, "Listen, you want to escape?"
Yeah, you just trying to trick me, bro. I'm trying to be your game.
No. And I want to fuck out of here as well.
What? This makes no sense. Why?
A while back, I used to be a lover. But due to this hideous disfiguration, she has bequeathed another.
Well, what is your idea?
It's going to just casually leave your cell door open. But not today.
Where the weapons are? Need my gun.
Yes, the weapons will be in her room.
Yes. My gun is...
I can't just give you a fucking gun.
Okay.
I'm sorry, yes, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. There you go. That's not how it works. Yes, definitely. yeah, that's how it's gonna happen, right? yeah. I see that happening.
I'm killing
definitely.
myself. I'll make myself laugh all day. That's it. Okay. Any idea? How would I know the difference?
What the hell is going on? The door will be open. Do you not know that? I'm sorry. Do you know that?
I like how open you're
no,
talking about, like,
don't-
oh, like.
Give me a second. Do you know the difference between
I do. I just don't know.
pints and a quart?
Okay. You know what? Never mind. I get what you're saying.
No, do you know the difference between a pint and a quart?
Yes, I do.
Show me with your hands.
No.
I thought so.
Just get me back to myself. I need to.
Yes, you kind of need to be there. No, you need to be there.
See that help?
No, I mean you need to be back in your cell.
Oh. Useful information.
So, as I was telling your friend, which I don't think you'd be able to understand what I said, but I'm trying to jailbreak out and use you guys as a distraction.
Okay.
You understand? Wow, that was so much easier. It takes so much weight off my shoulder that I have to talk to that lummox about it.
I'm literally right here. You said everything to her the same way, and I said yes.
I just feel like it just came off differently.
It didn't.
Anyways.
I just asked more questions, and you just got irritated.
I'm just like kind of like grouchy because I'm in pain.
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
makes
like
sense.
I'm pissed. I wanted to break that lady's legs.
You can break her legs another time. But in a few days, I will disrupt and tip the balance in my favor. And then I'll have my position back. As you guys see your friends arrive, and they look a little bit more hurt than when they left. Just a little bit.
They definitely did not have good time.
You sure about that?
Hey,
You never know what a
shut
good
the
time
fuck
looks
up.
like.
Hey man, that was awesome.
Seems someone lashed out at you a little.
Yeah, the first one was very
I
bad.
will slash you.
That first one
Shut
was-
the fuck up.
That first one was very, 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 very puny. Didn't feel good. But that second one, ooh, it got me right where I needed it. It got me right where I needed it.
You're telling me you wanted that? You just like
No, I
you like-
expected it.
I think he liked it.
Maybe just a little bit.
Eh, doesn't matter.
think
I
he
didn't
liked
pass
it.
out. That was a test. That was a test to see if I would pass out.
Passing out.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That one hit really took you down, huh? And that's
I
okay.
really wanted to break your damn legs.
Hey, I wanted to do that too, okay?
Shouldn't talk about
We all want to
fighting.
break somebody's
Guys,
legs.
guys. They just told us not to just, do the thing.
You're the one who came to us, weirdo. Literally.
No, it's that's the other guy. The one that's inside the cell.
Oh, there's another one?
No, the one that says I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Yeah, that
Oh, the
guy.
crazy guy.
Yeah, I went to next, so yeah.
Okay, never mind. That is different.
Pretty much. I'm just gonna you know what? Fuck this shit and sit in my own corner.
Hey, I was gonna sit with you. I was gonna see if we can heal our wounds together and make medicine checks.
That's not what they say nowadays.
I don't know. I've done this before.
Let's make medicine checks. That's what the kids say.
That's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna
Let's
check to see
make
if I got any medicine
medicine
around
checks.
here. Okay.
I just learned new lingo, guys.
And that lizard just keeps
Yeah, you
staring.
didn't do it.
Just staring.
It's because there's no.
If you recall, I can't go anywhere. It's very close.
Oh, is it like an
How are we
itch?
gonna heal our wounds if you don't have shit on us?
Like I want to poop. Is that the same thing? Like I want to poop.
It's a good question.
I want to poop.
We can use the water that they give us
Is it that
on a
cold?
daily basis to at least wash it
Is
out.
it similar?
And we don't get good,
The rope
very
I
good
have-
rest. So
I think we're just
It's
gonna have
the
to
rope I
stick it out.
have is already used.
Yep.
As well.
Never
Oh, we
mind.
have our shirts.
Yeah,
Only
to
that.
soak the blood, soak our wounds in, yes.
I mean,
it's just gonna magically
apply
heal your
pressure.
wounds by pressing
I don't
on
need
it.
mine.
I
Just
guess.
Toss it to you.
We gotta apply the pressure?
I'm apply pressure. Just
Okay, cool. Alright, if it works for you, it'll work for me, so I'll watch you first.
And then I'll use your bloody rag.
Nah, I'll
Wait,
find some
you're
other
watching?
rag around here.
You're watching?
honestly, I'm like
Yeah,
shit, like
yes.
just taking off my shirt and just kind of applying pressure to my wounds.
Okay. Just make a medicine check. See if you stop the bleeding. Staunch the bleeding. Staunch the
That
flow
is
of
a
blood.
14.
Staunch the flow of blood.
Fuck this shit. I'm like kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing to you and just kind of apply pressure to it.
Okay. Well,
His,
I just take my shirt off.
and like basically tighten it where
No, well, shit. No, it is
Pressure.
mine. I'll grab my shirt back up.
Fuck, don't kill him.
You're too
I'll just
short.
apply
that was
pressure around
an
the neck.
18.
You're too short.
Hey.
That's what it is.
Fuck off.
18?
19?
18.
18? Yeah. Staunch the flow of blood.
5 foot people aren't short. I mean, they're not tall, but they're not short.
Yeah,
Inches
5 foot
shorter than
people
me.
aren't short.
That's what I'm
Have you
saying.
encountered
Like, why would you say
wrestling?
that?
Have you encountered a 5 foot person?
Yeah, I mean, they're not the tallest people, but they're not like stout. You know what I'm
And
saying?
meanwhile, our characters are
4'11"
like,
is considered
he's
midget.
7 foot tall.
Yeah.
He's like, Grace, you're a shorter character, actually, aren't you?
Yeah, he's
Legally
5'4".
midget is 4'11".
He's 5'4".
Oh my god. Okay. Maybe I
Well,
have
you
a bad
remember
perspective.
Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn is 5'1".
Okay, hold on a minute.
Yeah,
now.
you made your character short,
Alright, no, I'm
Joey.
short though. I'm steering into the skid now.
I'm not, wait, you told me 5 foot.
I didn't realize how short 5 foot was.
It's
My
really
bad.
short.
My bad. I'm retarded.
You don't use it.
Right after we're done with our wounds and stuff, I'm just gonna sit there just praying, like, get me the fuck out of this, or you're not gonna have anybody to help you.
Just feel a sense of
A sense of shrug.
yeah.
A sense
that's
of
the only-
you'll never know until whatever happens happens.
Nah.
Alright, so I'm gonna walk over to Clarence.
Yeah, they're big
Might be a
assholes.
cleric, but
They're big
I
assholes.
tell you this.
right?
Alright.
Oh, this is like in my head as I'm trying to.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like,
The god that brought us there said he would leave the door open. Within one of these few days that are coming up.
Hopefully it's not perfect.
I'm gonna
In,
make a perception check to eavesdrop on them.
Do the guards ever inspect our cell?
This is the
you
first
might
action you
actually
do?
8. They might do it at night, maybe. While you guys are sleeping.
So you just try to.
Can anybody
I'm
not
just
sleep?
trying to listen, but not picking up
Say again?
anything. I'm just
I was asking if anybody could not sleep.
We're
Then
just
we-
sleeping.
If we forego sleeping, it will negatively affect us the
Yeah.
following day.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sleep.
Because you guys can, any day, you never know what can happen. Only I do.
yeah. I'm just gonna not sleep.
Why is he
until
leaving the door
knocks.
open for us?
Or what
He
one of
had
us
a-
could do is maybe try and sleep before it's nighttime.
Hmm. And then wake up a little bit.
Well, as an
and
elf,
be
I only-
awake while everybody and pretend to be asleep.
Hmm.
I'm good at that.
Yeah, if somebody did, like one of the elves.
Let's just go to bed.
Was all elf here?
I don't
Play
did
around all the
it.
I think
time.
you're the only elf.
I'm a half elf. We got
I
3
know.
tieflings, a lizard folk, a half elf, a dragonborn, and an elf.
Because I could do
I'll
it, because I
walk
only need
around.
4 hours of sleep.
Okay.
You can meditate.
So I can probably do that. The easiest.
Yeah, so try and sneak some sleep earlier in the day and then be awake the entire time that they're inspecting this. Possibly
Right.
could be inspecting
Because
the
4
cells.
hours is relatively not that long.
Gotcha.
I'm going to say, watch out for spiders. They may have eyes like that kind, especially if they kept that spider on the roof in control for so long.
Right. So yeah.
Plus,
That's
look
what
out
we
for
do.
spiders now that I think about it.
Did you see?
What time of day is it? As a, how long has it been since we've been up?
Do you have the keen mind?
No,
It'd be
4
useful here.
hours.
but I'm a drow. I'm used to the Underdark.
It's been around 4 hours.
Okay, so I could probably I could probably sleep now and be up by the time everybody's asleep.
Absolutely useless feat.
Which one?
Keen mind. You can tell what time of day it is.
No, I don't have.
And you can tell which way is north
And the DM
Yeah,
always
you
has to tell you everything that happened.
within the past
last
month.
month. You remember it perfectly.
Exactly.
That's
so
the
it
useful
is
part about
useful.
It depends on how you use travel. If
Yeah.
travel takes about a month by itself, generally.
It's like druidcraft. What's the weather going to be like tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly.
Stormy.
Amazing.
Apparently.
Cloudy with a
It's
damn
like,
rain.
listen, you live in Florida. It's gonna be literally everything, okay?
Everything on my table, right?
Yeah, no, you thought it was
It's
sunny
probably the
tomorrow.
worst time,
No,
which
you're gonna
sucks.
have a chance
I
of
know, but
storms.
typically this is around the
I
time. they do
know. I know. Why did they do that?
Why did they start the rain now?
Damn
you.
government.
They knew we was trying to go outside, go Wawa.
They're like, no, pandemic, stay.
Got rain on our
They
parade.
created 2 damn storms before hurricane season.
Do you want
There
to
was
try
half
a
a second
bit?
where I thought you were
'Cause
saying they created Tuesday.
Well, wait a
Yeah, no,
moment.
they totally
Yeah.
created
Well, wait a
Tuesday.
moment.
I'll pull up a weather radar real fast, see what we're looking at.
It literally freaking started
It's just
right
the
now.
boundaries
Yeah.
colliding.
Like I would have said
So it's
earlier
coming
had I
in
known.
quickly.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot of lightning and thunder and rain. It's gonna be your typical Tuesday.
On
Typical
a
day.
Friday.
Period.
You know, the eastern and western boundaries colliding, like every day.
Mhm.
A lot of rain, a lot of thunder and lightning.
We can just stop.
Yesterday on my way home, there was an actual lightning strike at Charleston Club as I was driving past it.
Oh.
Oh, remember that one time when we were driving and it struck the power line right next to us.
Okay. Okay. Nature be like.
Damn, nature. You
Yeah.
scary.
Mm-hmm.
You should be like, why?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, but about 4 hours. Is
It's
when
gonna
you
be
guys see-
raining continuously. It's gonna stay a little bit bad right now. It may die down a little bit, but it's gonna continue raining for a while.
So we might as well just go anyways, cause.
By the looks of it, it's still scattered because it's scattered
Yeah.
showers right now. But by the looks of it, we're gonna be dealing with rain regardless of what.
Okay. Dang, son.
Just the level of rain may change a little bit.
Damn, son. Where'd you
Yeah.
find those?
So we just gotta pick the time when it's calmest.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Which
gonna
may be in 5 minutes.
Or 2 seconds.
or
no,
an
in
hour.
Florida.
Or an hour. Or 30 minutes. Or
Definitely
45.
not right now, though.
No. We're not going right now.
Alright.
We'll just continue for the moment.
I'm gonna have to move my truck out forward
Hmm.
because I'm blocking the driveway.
Well, I'm gonna stay in. So you don't gotta worry about my car, which is the one in the driveway.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then
Good, we brought our fruit tonight, so we're gonna be staying here too.
Okay.
If you guys want, I just made burrito mix, just refried beans, beef, and taco seasoning, and then queso all mixed it together, and then I have tortillas.
What about you guys though?
We got it.
And she already got her food. It would just be Joey.
Yeah, which you guys are all welcome to. If you guys want to take a break now, I can also cook. I have stir fry in the freezer as well. That would take 15 minutes.
I mean,
That's your choice. I'm okay with whatever.
yeah, same. So I mean, if you're willing to.
Yeah, no, I bought a little extra this week because I was.
Okay. Because then we might as well stop the recording now because we're just literally chatting.
Yeah.